Chapter 1047. China's Jingdu City. After 3 months, Qin Feng once again stepped on this familiar and bustling land. He was filled with emotions. As he stood outside the airport, the passers-by would glance at Qin Feng a few times. However, they weren't looking at Qin Feng. Instead, they were looking curiously at the two beauties holding Qin Feng's arm. The two beauties were Dongfang Qing Shui and Xiao Li. They were both slender and beautiful women, but they were holding Qin Feng's arm at the same time. This scene envied the passers-by. The martial arts circle conference had ended, and Qin Feng had returned. He had become the alliance master of the martial arts circle conference. In the next 5 years, he would become the supreme figure of the outer martial arts world. The large sects of the outer martial arts world had already returned to their sections. Zhang Biao also returned with the disciples of Wanzhong Mountain. However, because of the martial arts circle conference, Zhang Biao was valued by Wanzhong Mountain. Once he returned to the sect, he was personally received by the sect master. When Yiming and Hai Qing's status in the sect also leaped to another level. They were called by the sect master every day to chat and guide their cultivation. The disciples of Starlight's sect were scolded when they returned to the sect. Until now, Ling Daozi and the other 3 had never appeared again. This martial arts circle conference changed the fates of many sections. Starlight sect's high position as the previous alliance master of the martial arts circle instantly fell to the lowest position of the hidden 5 hegemons. Ice Lake Mountain didn't participate in the martial arts circle conference this time. Ever since Illusionary Child was raped by Qin Feng, he immediately took his disciples back to the sect. Qin Feng's emotions surged as he returned from the bloody outer martial arts world to the city of debauchery. In comparison, he preferred the bustling life of the city. After all, Qin Feng was born and raised in the city. He wanted to wait until he was a bit stronger before taking all of his women to live in seclusion in Hero City and never pay attention to the affairs of the world. Master, the Jingdu city is so bustling. Xiao Li was very happy these days because Qin Feng was slowly beginning to accept her. He was even willing to hold her when he was outside. Xiao Li's family was poor, and she was born and raised in Acropolis City. She had never traveled far in her life. She was even taken away by the ghost-face evil king after he killed her. Looking at the bustling scene of the capital, Xiao Li felt that she was still alive. Furthermore, she had obtained the love and kinship that she longed for. At this moment, she was so emotional that she wanted to cry. Qin Feng felt Xiao Li's trembling body and hugged her even tighter. He patted Xiao Li's head and said, "Let's stay in the capital for a few days, then I'll take you back to Acropolis City. In the future, you can stay in Hero City. There are many sisters and friends there, and they'll take good care of you." Xiao Li thought that Qin Feng didn't want her anymore, so she hurriedly hugged Qin Feng's arm and refused to let go. "Master, Xiao Li vows to follow Master until death, please don't abandon me." Seeing how nervous Xiao Li was, Dongfang Qing Shui felt a bit of pity in her heart. "That's fine. You can make your decision after you go to Hero City. I have no intention of abandoning you, so don't think about it in the future." Qin Feng gave Xiao Li a brilliant smile, and Xiao Li's heart finally relaxed. The 3 of them left the airport. This time, they didn't tell anyone. Qin Feng was going to take a taxi to Dongfang Court and return Dongfang Qing Shui to Dongfang Mingwang unharmed. "Yo! Isn't this big Miss Dongfang Qing Shui? I can't believe I bumped into you here. This is fate." A laugh sounded, and a young man wearing a custom-made, high-class white suit walked over. There was a large group of people behind the young man. There were both men and women, and all of them wore luxurious clothes. They seemed to be a group of wealthy young masters and daughters of the capital. Seeing this group of idle people, Qin Feng couldn't help but think of his past self. That was only half a year ago. At that time, Qin Feng would also gather with the wealthy young masters of Acropolis City, and he would embrace a few young models or daughters and go crazy. It had only been half a year, but Qin Feng felt like a lifetime had passed. Dongfang Qing Shui was the young miss of one of the capital's 4 great families, and was a top-notch rich young miss. The people who dared to greet her were naturally the small group of wealthy young masters in the capital. However, Dongfang Qing Shui and Qin Feng didn't have much of an impression of the man in the white suit standing in front of them. However, there were a few familiar faces among the group of men and women that walked over. "Do I know you?" Dongfang Qing Shui coldly and arrogantly glared at the man. She was only gentle when she spoke to Qin Feng. The rest of the time, she was still that arrogant ice goddess. "Hee hee. Miss Qing Shui, let me introduce myself to you. I'm Sima Xiang's younger brother, Sima Xian. Now, the Sima family in the capital has elected me as their representative. My elder brother has already retired." When Sima Xian said this, Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui understood. No wonder this brat dared to take the initiative to greet Dongfang Qing Shui, so he was the new young representative of the Sima family. Seeing Sima Xian's proud expression, Qin Feng laughed in his heart. He had been at odds with the Sima clan for quite some time. The Sima clan had changed 3 young representatives in a row in the past 6 months. At first, Sima II was killed in the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Then, Sima Xiang was elected as the new Sima clan head. However, because of Qin Feng's amazing performance at the Qin clan's martial meet 3 months ago, the Sima clan was so scared that they removed Sima Xiang and replaced him with Sima Xian. The reason was that Sima Xiang had a grudge with Qin Feng. The elders of the Sima clan were worried that Qin Feng would take revenge on the Sima clan. After knowing Sima Xian's identity, Dongfang Qing Shui's expression remained cold. "What does who you are have to do with me? Don't block our way." Dongfang Qing Shui had always been cold, arrogant, and emotionless. Her words made Sima Xian somewhat unhappy. Sima Xian and the other geniuses had just been promoted and were at the stage where they were complacent. He had gathered all the rich young masters and daughters of the capital to go back and have some fun, and coincidentally bumped into Dongfang Qing Shui here. That group of people walked to Qin Feng's side and only recognized him when they got closer. Lu Chao, Gao Feixiang, Forgotten Sea. What a group of descendants from the 4 major and 5 minor clans. There were also some men and women that Qin Feng had never seen before, so their statuses were probably even lower. When they saw Qin Feng, some of the rich young masters were so scared that they almost turned around and ran. Sima Xian didn't know Qin Feng and was still pestering Dongfang Qing Shui to flirt with her. "Hee hee. Beauty Qing Shui, we're all descendants of the big and small families in the capital. We usually see each other all the time. Today, we're preparing to have some fun. I wonder if Beauty Qing Shui would do us the honor and join us." Dongfang Qing Shui had a resounding reputation in the capital. Almost all the rich young masters in the capital wanted to hook up with her. If they could get Dongfang Qing Shui, not only would they be marrying an absolute beauty, but they'd also be connected to the Dongfang family. This was like a meat pie falling from the sky. Sima Xian had just taken office and urgently needed to show off to his family. He was thinking that if he could hook up with Dongfang Qing Shui, then he'd be rich. Sima Xian's intentions were very obvious, and everyone could see it. Qin Feng's lips curled into a cold smile. Dongfang Qing Shui's expression became even colder, and the group of rich young masters standing beside Sima Xian were so scared that their legs trembled. A few of them already stood up and started to remind Sima Xian. "Cough cough. Prince Sima, Miss Qing Shui is usually very busy, let's not delay her matters." "That's right, let's hurry up and leave, or else we'll be in big trouble." Lu Chao, Gao Feixiang, and Forgotten Sea dragged Sima Qian away. The three of them had gone to the Acropolis City's mountain resort to play, but at that time, the mountain resort was being built into Hero City and had already closed down for reconstruction. The three young masters relied on their status as young masters of the capital and wanted to behave atrociously at the mountain resort. As a result, they were violently beaten by Qin Feng. In the end, their family elders had to compensate Qin Feng with 100 million yuan each. They even had to say good things to Qin Feng to suppress the matter. A while ago, the three of them had gone abroad to avoid the limelight. They had only returned to the capital for a few days, but they didn't expect to see Qin Feng the moment they returned. Sima Qian even wanted to hit on Qin Feng's fiancée. This was simply courting death. Brothers, what's the rush? It doesn't matter if we get together earlier or later. At most, we won't go back tonight. We can have fun wherever we want. Sima Qian still hadn't figured out the situation. His gaze fell on Qin Feng. When he saw that Dongfang Qing Shui and another beauty were holding on to Qin Feng's arm, a cold light flashed in Sima Qian's eyes. Hey! What's your name? You don't even call me young master when you see me, Sima Qian. Do you not want to mingle in the capital anymore? Sima Qian started to cause trouble for Qin Feng. When these words came out, Lu Chao and the others were so scared that they almost knelt down. Sima Qian, listen to your brother. Let's hurry and leave. Lu Chao couldn't take it anymore. He was so anxious that he was about to jump up. Gao Feixiang and Forgotten Sea were so scared that they didn't dare to say anything to Sima Qian. They were deeply afraid that Qin Feng would get angry and misunderstand their relationship with Sima Qian. If that happened, it would be troublesome if Qin Feng blamed them. Young Master Lu, what are you so anxious about? This isn't like you. We called Miss Qing Shui along. It's rare to see Miss Qing Shui. This is fate. Sima Qian was determined to pick up Dongfang Qing Shui. He glared at Qin Feng and roared, "Stinking brat, I'm talking to you. Are you deaf or mute? Hurry and call me young master and scram. There's nothing left for you here." Sima Qian wanted to use Qin Feng to show off. Lu Chao and the others wanted to sew this idiot's mouth shut. Even Dongfang Qing Shui was amused by Sima Qian. The coldness on her face disappeared and she revealed a smile. She prepared to sit and watch Qin Feng take care of this stinking brat. Oh. You want me to call you young master? Do you think you can handle it? Qin Feng smiled playfully as he looked at Sima Qian. Sima Qian kept sneaking glances at Dongfang Qing Shui. When he saw this iceberg woman smile, Sima Qian thought Dongfang Qing Shui was smiling at him. This made Sima Qian extremely happy. Stinking brat, I'm in a good mood today and can't be bothered with you. Hurry and scram. That's right, beautiful Qing Shui, come play with us. The more the merrier. Sima Qian didn't even want to pay attention to a nobody like Qin Feng. He started to flirt with Dongfang Qing Shui again. Dongfang Qing Shui chuckled as she pulled Qin Feng's arm and said to Sima Qian, "Sure. But you have to ask my man. If he wants me to go, then I'll go." Dongfang Qing Shui called Qin Feng her man in front of everyone. She even acted like a little bird and leaned into Qin Feng's embrace. This scene stunned everyone. Was this the capital's famous cold and arrogant goddess, Dongfang Qing Shui? Shaoli had long since disliked Sima Qian. She glared at him and yelled, "Hurry and scram. If you dare to offend my master again, Shaoli won't be polite to you." Shaoli was also a pure and moving woman. She looked a bit soft and weak, and when these young masters saw Shaoli, they all had the desire to protect her. However, they didn't think that this woman would become ruthless and cold. This scared Lu Chao and the others so much that they trembled. There were 20 or so young masters and daughters in this group. Half of them recognized Qin Feng, and these people were scared speechless. The other half didn't recognize Qin Feng, but they were used to being arrogant in the capital. At this time, they also yelled at Qin Feng. "Stinking brat, why don't you take a piss and look at yourself? With your conduct, you have the nerve to stay with Big Miss Qin Shui. If you know what's good for you, hurry and scram. Don't force your big brothers to do something to you." Chapter 1048. These rich young masters considered everyone beneath them and spoke extremely arrogantly. Even Dongfang Qing Shui couldn't bear to listen to them. Qin Feng was China's azure dragon, how could he tolerate these trash pointing at him? Dongfang Qing Shui's heart ached for Qin Feng. "Shut up, all of you. You're just a bunch of good-for-nothings. How dare you speak to my man like that? Get lost." Dongfang Qing Shui suddenly shouted coldly, and those rich young masters immediately shut their mouths in fear. Within the crowd stood 7 or 8 heiresses. Their family backgrounds and looks couldn't compare to Dongfang Qing Shui's. Normally, when they saw Dongfang Qing Shui being flattered by all the young masters in the capital, these women had long been suppressing their anger. Now that Dongfang Qing Shui was angry, these women couldn't hold it in any longer. "TSK. Isn't he just a member of the Dongfang family? What's there to be arrogant about? That's right, that's right. We invited you to the gathering out of goodwill, but if you don't want to go, then forget it. It's as if we're begging you to go. I've long heard that Dongfang Qing Shui's taste is very arrogant and looks down on all the rich young masters in the capital. Now that I've seen it today, I'm scared to death. She actually found this piece of trash with no status. Is this your great taste?" All the girls ganged up on Dongfang Qing Shui. Dongfang Qing Shui couldn't beat them at all, so she stomped her feet in anger. "Qin Feng, help me teach them a lesson. These bastards are bullying your fiancé." Dongfang Qing Shui wasn't very good at quarreling. Ever since she went to the martial arts conference with Qin Feng, she developed a kind of dependence. Whenever she encountered something unhappy, she would act like a spoiled child to Qin Feng and ask him to help her settle it. Qin Feng patted Dongfang Qing Shui's back, and his other hand shot out like lightning. Before anyone could react, he slapped Sima Xian to the ground. The curses and jeers stopped abruptly. A group of rich young masters and daughters looked at Sima Xian who had fallen to the ground, and they were so shocked that their eyeballs were about to pop out. "Young Master Xian, are you all right?" A few women surrounded Sima Xian and helped him up. The rich young masters who didn't know Qin Feng gnashed their teeth in anger and rushed up to attack Qin Feng. Lu Chao and the others had long since been scared silly. Seeing that the situation was about to get out of hand, they couldn't take it anymore. They immediately turned around and ran as if they were running for their lives. Young Master Lu, young Master Gao. Where are you guys going? Hey! Young Master Xian has been beaten up. Hurry up and come back to take care of that wild brat." The remaining rich young masters were still shouting at Lu Chao and the others, but they didn't care and just ran away like crazy. Seeing that Lu Chao's group had disappeared, the remaining 8 or 9 young masters and daughters were extremely depressed. They felt that this matter was strange. "Motherfucker, how dare you hit me? Do you know who I am? I want you to die a horrible death." Sima Xian was helped up. He covered his swollen face and glared at Qin Feng with fire in his eyes. As soon as he finished speaking, Qin Feng slapped him again. This time, the other side of Sima Xian's face was also swollen. "I really don't know who you are. How about you introduce yourself?" Qin Feng smiled as he looked at Sima Xian. Sima Qian didn't think that Qin Feng would dare to hit him. He was so angry that his nose became crooked. Look carefully, I am the Sima family's new young representative, Sima Qian. The Sima family was very prestigious in the capital. Sima Qian thought that Qin Feng would kneel and beg for mercy after revealing his identity and then pee in his pants. However, when he looked at Qin Feng, he realized that this lackey didn't react at all. It was as if he was deaf. Hey! I already said my name, why aren't you reacting? Sima Qian glared at Qin Feng angrily. Shaoli also didn't know Qin Feng's status in the capital. When he saw that Sima Qian's side were all richly dressed young masters and daughters, he was a bit worried about Qin Feng. Dongfang Qingxue held back a cold smile. She was amused by Sima Qian's ignorant actions. Oh. What about the Sima family? What kind of reaction do you want me to have? Qin Feng smiled lightly and looked at Sima Qian as if he was looking at an idiot. Sima Qian was suddenly stunned. This brat isn't afraid of the Sima family. What kind of background does he have? Why, you can't be an outsider, right? You haven't even heard of my Sima family. That's one of the 4 major families in the capital. Getting rid of trash like you is a piece of cake. Not only was Sima Qian puzzled by Qin Feng's reaction, the 7 or 8 young masters and daughters were also confused. However, everyone quickly understood that this country bumpkin's status was too low and had never heard of the upper class of the capital. Young Master Qian, why are you still talking nonsense with that brat? If you say the word, we'll immediately kill him. Daring to make a move on young Master Qian in the capital, this brat must be tired of living. The crowd started to clamor again. Dongfang Qingxue couldn't stand it anymore. The cold wind on Shaoli's body started to blow again, as if he was going to teach these people a lesson at any time. Qin Feng was still hugging the 2 girls and patting their backs to calm them down. At the same time, he looked at Sima Qian with a smile. Of course I know about the Sima family, but I've never heard of trash like you. However, I know about Sima Tu and Sima Xiang. Those 2 pieces of trash were suppressed by me. When Qin Feng's voice fell, the rest of the crowd was dumbfounded. Sima Tu and Sima Xiang were both young representatives chosen by the Sima family. This man in front of them didn't even have a draft when he boasted. Ha! I'm dying of laughter. Why don't you say that the patriarch of the Sima family has to curry favor with you when he sees you? A rich young master convulsed with laughter. Qin Feng casually slapped him, and that guy's handsome face instantly swelled up like a pig's head. Didn't you say it for me? That's right, the patriarch of the Sima family wants to curry favor with me when he sees me, but I can't be bothered to pay attention to him. Qin Feng said with a deadpan expression. It didn't seem like he was joking at all. The other young masters and daughters who were also laughing immediately shut their mouths. Firstly, they were afraid of being beaten, and secondly, they were truly stunned by Qin Feng's arrogance. That was the patriarch of the Sima family. In the entire capital, no one dared to say such ruthless words to Qin Feng. This matter was serious, and no one dared to speak carelessly here. Sima Qian was the most shocked person in the crowd. Other people didn't know much about Sima Tu and Sima Xiang, but as a member of the family, of course Sima Qian knew how these 2 brothers fell from glory to hell in an instant. The 2 brothers offended a man named Qin Feng. It was said that Qin Feng's age was similar to theirs. Sima Qian finally realized an extremely serious problem. He carefully looked at Qin Feng and realized that this guy was about the same age as him. Who are you? Sima Qian finally remembered to ask about Qin Feng's identity. His voice trembled as he spoke. Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, Dongfang Qingxue proudly hugged Qin Feng and glared at the crowd. Open your dog eyes and look carefully. I, Dongfang Qing Shui, only have one fiancé, China's azure dragon Qin Feng, hiss. The crowd sucked in a breath of cold air, and each of them was so scared that their faces turned ashen. Although Qin Feng wasn't often in the capital, the legends about Qin Feng were spread everywhere in the upper class of the capital. Qin Feng's name was incomparably resounding, and he was already made into a godlike existence by all the large families in the capital. All the disciples of the families were strictly warned not to offend anyone in China but Qin Feng. Although everyone present had heard of Qin Feng's name, because Qin Feng rarely appeared in public, not many people had seen him. These people had never seen Qin Feng before. Otherwise, they wouldn't have dared to provoke Qin Feng even if they were beaten to death. Q Senior Qin Feng. Forgive this little brother this once. This little brother had eyes but didn't recognize Mount Tai. I really didn't know you were young Master Qin. Sima Xian's fears came true. He was so scared that he directly knelt on the ground and his body trembled uncontrollably. Qin Feng didn't even bother to look at him. He casually kicked Sima Xian to the side. The remaining rich young masters and young misses hurriedly opened up a path, and no one dared to say another word. The women who said Dongfang Qing Shui had bad taste were now deathly pale. They were deeply afraid that Qin Feng would find trouble with them. Q Young Master Qin. Where are you going? Do you want me to drive you? Seeing Qin Feng and the other two walk away, a few rich young masters immediately came to their senses and chased after them. Today, everyone had offended Qin Feng, and they wanted to do their best to resolve this conflict. Now, they all ran to curry favor with Qin Feng with the attitude of a little brother. They all wanted to kowtow and apologize to Qin Feng. Young Master Qin, I had eyes but couldn't see. Please don't take it to heart. If you're unhappy, I'll let you do whatever you want to me. Young Master Qin, you've just returned to the capital, right? I'm free tonight. Do you want to rest at my villa for the night? The women also came to their senses and ran up to rub themselves against Qin Feng. These women were all long-legged and voluptuous girls. They wore fashionable and sexy clothes and were charming and passionate. Normal men wouldn't be able to walk when they saw them, let alone when they openly took the initiative to tease Qin Feng. Qin Feng didn't say anything and let these women do as they pleased. After all, Qin Feng was the one taking advantage. On the other hand, Dongfang Qing Shui and Xiao Li weren't happy. The two women's expressions were dark and cold. Dongfang Qing Shui pushed away the women who stuck to her and cursed, "What do you want? Qin Feng is my fiancé. Don't you have any shame?" The heiresses of the capital were usually very arrogant, but now, they completely disregarded their image. They acted as if they didn't hear Dongfang Qing Shui's scolding and continued to rub themselves against Qin Feng. Young Master Qin, I don't mind being your mistress. It's normal for an important person like you to have 3 wives and 4 concubines. You can't just look at Dongfang Qing Shui's icy cold face every night, right? There's no mood at all. Dongfang Qing Shui definitely doesn't have any experience. If young Master Qin doesn't mind, Su Su can accompany you every day. She can do anything. After finding out Qin Feng's identity, these women threw caution to the wind. They really wanted to form a relationship with Qin Feng. If they could obtain Qin Feng's favor, it would be of great help to their families. Moreover, these women had heard about Qin Feng. It was said that Qin Feng used to be a hedonistic young master and was very fond of beauties. This was the main reason why these women threw themselves at him like crazy. After Qin Feng had Zhao Ling Xian and those other women, his standards had risen to a certain level. How could he be interested in these frivolous women? Although they were quite pretty, they were worlds apart from Dongfang Qing Shui. Even if Qin Feng did it with Dongfang Qing Shui, he wouldn't mess around with these people. Alright, all of you stand further away. Who has a car? Take me to the Sima family's old residence. Qin Feng originally planned to go to the Dongfang court first and return Dongfang Qing Shui to Dongfang Ming Wang. This heiress was also a troublemaker, so Qin Feng didn't want to keep her by his side. However, Qin Feng suddenly changed his mind after encountering the matter with Sima Xian. He wanted to go to the Sima family first. It was time for this family to give way. Young Master Qin, sister-in-law Qing Shui, get in my car. Chapter 1049. Not long after, a flashy Land Rover stopped there. Qin Feng pulled the two beauties to the back of the car. Along the way, young Master Lu Jiaqua didn't dare to speak carelessly. He focused on driving. Qin Feng sat in the middle while Shaoli and Dongfang Qing Shui sat on either side. Qin Feng's hands were naughty. He sneakily touched Dongfang Qing Shui's long legs. After Dongfang Qing Shui pinched him a few times, he sneakily touched Shaoli. However, not only did Shaoli not resist, she even lifted her skirt to cooperate with Qin Feng. This made Qin Feng feel awkward. Screech! The car stopped in front of a majestic gate. Young Master Lu Jiaqua quickly got off the car and opened the door for Qin Feng. The three of them got off the car. Young Master Lu Jiaqua smiled and said, "Young Master Qin, do you want me to accompany you in?" Qin Feng waved his hand and sent young Master Lu Jiaqua away. Then, he swaggered into the Sima family's gate with the two beauties in his arms. "Hey! Who are you? This is the Sima family's important place." "Idlers." Just as they reached the gate, 4 guards stopped them. Before they could finish speaking, Qin Feng lifted his leg and sent them flying. Then, he continued to walk forward. The Sima family's old mansion was very big. It was even bigger than Qin Manor. There were many family guards patrolling inside. When they saw Qin Feng barging in, several groups of people immediately rushed to take him down. Some even ran to inform the family leader. "Master, just let Shaoli do it." Before Qin Feng could do anything, Shaoli flew away. A cold wind blew in all directions. The strongest of the guards were stage 4 inner chi. They couldn't withstand a single blow from Shaoli, a stage 6 ghost cultivator. Shaoli fought fiercely. Dongfang Qing Shui leaned in Qin Feng's arms and pinched his lower back. "Bastard, what were you doing in the car?" Qin Feng wasn't afraid of the pain. He smiled and said, "I just touched your thigh. You're my fiancé, so it's normal for me to push you down. Plus, Elder Dongfang supports me on this." Qin Feng's words made Dongfang Qing Shui blush. She glared at Qin Feng with a huff and continued, "I am not talking about that. Why you can touch mine, but why did you touch Shaoli's? You're so disgusting." It turned out that Dongfang Qing Shui had discovered Qin Feng's little actions in the car. However, this cold and arrogant young miss had indeed changed. In the past, whenever Qin Feng spoke to Shaoli, Dongfang Qing Shui would argue with Shaoli. Now that Qin Feng was flirting with Shaoli, Dongfang Qing Shui endured until now to privately teach Qin Feng a lesson. Qin Feng felt a bit awkward. He felt like his wife had found out he was cheating on her. However, he pretended to be calm and said, "That's because you won't let me touch him. Then I can only look for Shaoli. You have to reflect on this matter. You are forcing your fiancé to cheat on you." Qin Feng's eloquence was exceptional. He could even make the dead seem alive. The corner of Dongfang Qing Shui's mouth violently twitched. She was about to die of anger from Qin Feng. "Why you just wait. When I go back, I'll complain to Grandpa. Grandpa supports you pushing and pushing me, but he won't allow you to mess around with other women." This time, it was Qin Feng's turn to choke. Dongfang Qing Shui was speaking the truth. Back then, Dongfang Mingwang sternly told Qin Feng that after Qin Feng married Dongfang Qing Shui, he had to sever all relations with other women. While Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui were flirting, Shaoli had already beaten a few dozen guards to the ground. Shaoli lightly leaped to Qin Feng's side. His body was covered in fragrant sweat. Seeing Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui affectionate, Shaoli felt that he had become a lonely little person that no one cared about. "Master!" Shaoli called out to Qin Feng. His voice was filled with grievance. Qin Feng looked at the guards lying on the ground in disorder. He extended a hand and wiped the fragrant sweat from Shaoli's forehead. "You've worked hard, Shaoli." Shaoli was extremely easily satisfied. He immediately smiled like a flower. "Master, this is what Shaoli should do. Who dares to behave atrociously in the Sima family? You're courting death." A dignified and angry roar came from the main residence. A group of people quickly walked down the stairs. Shaoli's face suddenly darkened, and he flew over. "Sima Jun, stop." A young figure flew towards Shaoli, but before he could reach Shaoli, a cry of surprise came from the crowd that was following him. "Rumble!" A loud sound echoed. Sima Jun couldn't stop in time. However, he was merely a stage 5 inner chi expert, so he was no match for Shaoli. He was sent flying by Shaoli's palm. The higher-ups of the Sima family were instantly enraged. However, before they could vent their anger, they were instantly dumbstruck when their gazes fell on Qin Feng. These old fellows knew Qin Feng. Not long ago, Qin Feng annihilated the Sima family of Acropolis City and suppressed Sima Xiang. In order to avoid conflict with Qin Feng, the Sima family recently removed Sima Xiang from his position and replaced him with Sima Xian as the young representative of the Sima family. However, they never imagined that Sima Xian would offend Qin Feng as soon as he returned to the provincial capital. The Sima family didn't know about this, or else they would definitely be angered to death. "Young hero Qin, why are you here?" Sima Aolong, the elder of the Sima family in the provincial capital, welcomed Qin Feng with a smile as if he didn't see Sima Jun who was sent flying. The rest of the higher-ups of the Sima family followed behind Sima Aolong with respectful expressions on their faces. They didn't dare to slight Qin Feng at all. Seeing this scene, Dongfang Qing Shui's expression didn't change. This was a matter of course. On the other hand, Shaoli was slightly startled. She had met Qin Fen in Devil City, so she didn't know what kind of status Qin Fen represented in the secular world. Seeing how her master was so flashy in Flower City, where everyone had to bow down to him just by saying his name, Shaoli was extremely excited. "Sima Aolong, your Sima family is really daring." Qin Feng suddenly rebuked, causing the Sima family members to tremble in fear. This was the Sima family, one of the 4 major families in the provincial capital. Normally, people would fawn on Sima Aolong. If the people in the provincial capital saw this scene, they would definitely be blinded. "Young hero Qin, I don't know how the Sima family has neglected you. We will definitely change." Sima Aolong, a person of seniority, was more or less sullen when he was rebuked by Qin Feng. However, in front of Qin Feng, he could only hide his dissatisfaction and didn't dare to reveal it in the slightest. "Looks like that bastard from your family didn't dare to say anything." Qin Feng could see that Sima Aolong wasn't acting. He reckoned that Sima Xian had already run away in fear. The Sima family members realized that something had happened. Sima Aolong hurriedly asked, "Young hero Qin Feng, I really don't know anything. Please explain." Without waiting for Qin Feng to speak, Dongfang Qing Shui said, "Qin Feng and I just rushed back from outside and met Sima Xian when we left the airport. That bastard wanted to hit on me and even spoke arrogantly to Qin Feng. What do you think we should do about this? Dongfang Qingxue had been suppressing her resentment. As the Dongfang family's young miss, she was very arrogant. In the past, she didn't even put Yang Qian and Lu Shu, those top young masters, in her eyes. She had only left the provincial capital for 3 months, and a young representative like Sima Xian dared to hit on Dongfang Qingxue. He simply didn't know the immensity of heaven and earth. Of course, the Sima family members recognized Dongfang Qingxue. After hearing her words, they all sucked in a breath of cold air. They wanted nothing more than to capture Sima Xian and beat him up. Miss Qingxue, is this true? Sima Xian, that bastard, is simply seeking death. I'll call him back now to receive punishment. Sima Aolong was so angry that he was about to have a heart attack. Qin Feng waved his hand and said, "No need to call him back, I don't have time to waste with you. The Sima family has been at odds with me for a long time. Logically speaking, I should directly annihilate your entire family. However, the Sima family has been doing well recently, so I don't want to start a massacre. Today, you will withdraw from the provincial capitals for major families and give your position to the provincial capital's Yun family. Also, transfer all of the Sima family's blacksmith shops and let the Yun family's divine weapon hall take over." Qin Feng had long planned to make a move against the Sima family, but he had been busy and didn't have the time. This time, because of Sima Xian's matter, he could settle old debts and new debts together. When Qin Feng's words fell, the Sima family members' faces turned ashen. That blacksmith shop was the Sima family's life. How could they give it up? Young hero Qin Feng, what's the difference between doing this and killing us? Aren't you going a bit too far? Sima Aolong, who had been bowing and scraping, suddenly changed his attitude and stared coldly at Qin Feng. Qin Feng laughed coldly, and the sound of wind suddenly sounded in the air. In the next second, the Sima family's main residence collapsed with a loud bang. A 9-meter-tall, luxurious 3-story building collapsed just like that. Everyone's eyeballs fell to the ground when they saw this. There's a limit to my patience. If you think that sparing your lives is unnecessary, I can kill you at any time. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back and didn't move from the beginning to the end. The Sima family members were already dumbfounded. They knew that Qin Feng was very powerful. After all, he was one of China's 9 dragons, the Azure Dragon. However, after seeing Qin Feng's move, everyone realized that they had underestimated Qin Feng's strength. From the beginning to the end, Qin Feng didn't move at all. He didn't even make a single movement. They only heard the sound of wind whistling past their ears, and there seemed to be a flash of pink light. However, the collapsed main residence told everyone that this wasn't a dream. No one knew how the house collapsed. If it was an earthquake just now, the other houses were fine, and no one felt the ground shake. Young hero Qin Feng, why you broke through to the true Qi stage. After being shocked for a long time, Sima Aolong suddenly cried out involuntarily. Sima Aolong had heard that only true Qi experts could use Qi to kill people. However, this was the first time he heard of someone using Qi to destroy a building. It was truly unimaginable. Even Dongfang Qingxue and Shaoli were shocked by Qin Feng's strength. Only Qin Feng's expression was indifferent. How was he a true Qi expert? He merely used a flying sword to destroy the building. You don't need to know what realm I'm at. You only need to remember that in 3 days, the Yun family will become one of the 4 major families in the capital. All the blacksmiths will be renamed and become the property of the Yun family's divine armament hall, otherwise, you will end up like the collapsed main residence. After Qin Feng finished speaking, he already turned around and left. Dongfang Qingxue and Shaoli were completely mesmerized by Qin Feng's overbearing strength. They immediately followed Qin Feng and left. The Sima family members were still dumbfounded and couldn't come back to their senses for a long time. Dad! This Qin Feng is too arrogant. He wants to force our Sima family into a dead end. Let's find someone to kill him in secret. Someone came back to his senses and suggested to Dongfang Ao Long. The others also surrounded him and each had their own opinions. Find someone to assassinate Qin Feng. What are you thinking? Didn't you see his methods just now? That is a true Qi stage expert. When the words true Qi expert were mentioned, the Sima family members couldn't help but show fear in their eyes. In the entire secular world, the divine dragon was number one in martial arts. It was rumored that he was a true Qi expert. Now that Qin Feng stepped into the true Qi stage at such a young age, didn't that mean that he had reached the same height as the divine dragon? After some discussion, the Dongfang family members became silent. Everyone realized that Qin Feng was too powerful. Whether it was his personal skills or the power behind him, he was already not someone that the Sima family could contend against. Sigh. What a sin, Sima Xian, this bastard is really a sin. Let's just leave this matter as it is. If we do as Qin Feng said, at least we can save everyone's lives. Chapter 1050. Originally, a prestigious family in the capital had declined because of a single sentence from Qin Feng. This was Qin Feng's ability. In less than a year, he had grown from an inconspicuous young master of Acropolis City to the pinnacle of China's secular world. He had truly reached the stage of taking a person's life with a raise of his hand and deciding the fate of a family with a single word. Qin Feng, do you think those old men from the Sima family will go back on their word? What if they don't do as you say after you leave? Qin Feng and the other two had already left the Sima family. The young master of the Lu family was very perceptive. He parked the car outside and waited for Qin Feng and the other two to come out. The three of them got into the car and rushed to the Dongfang garden. Dongfang Qing Shui was still talking about what happened earlier. It's best if they go back on their word. That way, I can go on a killing spree again. Qin Feng was indifferent. He believed that with Sima Aolong's intelligence, he wouldn't go back on his word. Dongfang Qing Shui and Shaoli became two curious babies. They kept asking questions. They were shocked by Qin Feng's power in the secular world. Only now did they realize that there was such a big shop beside them. The young master of the Lu family overheard their conversation. He was so shocked that he almost drove the car into a tree. That was the Sima family, one of the four major families in the provincial capital. Qin Feng's words made this century-old family fall overnight. The young master of the Lu family rejoiced in his heart. Fortunately, Lu Jie's cousin had already recognized Qin Feng as his big brother. Otherwise, Qin Feng would never forgive the Lu family for what happened today. The car smoothly stopped at the Dongfang garden. Dongfang Qing Shui was excited as soon as she got out of the car. She hadn't been back for a long time, especially when she was in Demon City. Now that she was back home, she felt very secure. Master, Shaoli will wait at the door. Dongfang Qing Shui held Qin Feng's arm as they entered the courtyard. Shaoli suddenly stopped. She knew that Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui were engaged. Now that Qin Feng had returned to Dongfang Qing Shui's home, Shaoli was a little embarrassed to enter. If the Dongfang family misunderstood her relationship with Qin Feng, it would bring trouble to her master. Dongfang Qing Shui rarely quarreled with Shaoli. Moreover, she felt that Shaoli was quite pitiful. Seeing Shaoli obediently standing at the door, her lonely figure stirred Dongfang Qing Shui's heart. Shaoli, we're already home. Why are you standing at the door? Hurry up and go in with me. Dongfang Qing Shui took the initiative to hold Shaoli's arm. Shaoli was slightly startled, and when he looked at Dongfang Qingxue, his gaze became grateful. Shaoli's family in Acropolis City was very poor, so she had never been to such a grand and luxurious residence like Dongfang Yuan. She often compared herself to Dongfang Qingxue and finally understood why Qin Feng liked Dongfang Qingxue. This Missy had a high status and was beautiful. Shaoli thought to himself that if he were a man, he would definitely choose Dongfang Qingxue and not him. Eldest Mrs. back. Quick, go inform Master Dongfang. When the guards saw Dongfang Qingxue and Qin Feng, their eyes almost popped out of their sockets. After a moment of stupefaction, one of the guards immediately ran into the courtyard and shouted, Master Dongfang, young Miss and young Master Qin Feng are back. The three of them chatted and laughed as they walked into the Dongfang garden. After entering, Shaoli was once again stunned by the magnificent scenery around him. A large group of people had already arrived from the main residence. Their leader was none other than Dongfang Mingwang. Although he was old, he walked with vigor, and his old eyes were shining brightly. Ha! Qin Feng, oh Qin Feng, you brat, you really surprised me. I've already received the news that you won the title of Alliance Master of Martial Arts. Why didn't you tell me you were coming back? So that I can give you a welcoming dinner. Dongfang Mingwang was so happy that he couldn't close his mouth. Qin Feng was Qingxue's fiancé, so the more powerful he was, the better. The Dongfang family had an illustrious status in the provincial capital. Now, they were as famous as Qin Manor and dominated the two skies of the provincial capital. Even the elders and juniors of such a wealthy family didn't dare to put on airs when they saw Qin Feng. Instead, they all smiled and looked at Qin Feng respectfully. Qin Feng's capability was beyond their imagination. Just his identity as the Azure Dragon of Huaxia was enough to shock everyone. In the end, Qin Feng won the position of the Martial Arts Alliance Master. Now, Qin Feng's name would set off another storm in the capital, Grandpa. Dongfang Qingxue had been away from home for many days and missed her family to death. She already ran over to greet them. Qin Feng walked over with Shaoli, Elder Dongfang, I'm here to return Qingxue to you. Look carefully, Qingxue is unharmed. Can you let me go now? Dongfang Mingwang ignored Qin Feng's words and looked at Shaoli. Dongfang Mingwang was a stage 9 inner chi expert. His old eyes seemed to be able to see through people's hearts. Even Shaoli, who was only a stage 6 inner chi expert, couldn't withstand Dongfang Mingwang's imposing aura. He was so nervous that he didn't even dare to raise his head. Ahem. Elder Dongfang, I'll take my leave first. Qin Feng could see Shaoli's nervousness, so he was about to leave with Shaoli. Dongfang Mingwang's imposing voice sounded, Qin Feng, what do you mean by this? You want to run away without having a meal at home? Come back here, or I'll kill you. Qin Feng's current strength was already above Dongfang Mingwang's, but he had to respect Dongfang Mingwang, so he stopped and walked back. Dongfang Mingwang didn't stare at Shaoli anymore. He held Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingxue's hands and walked into the main residence. The rest of the Dongfang family followed behind them. Shaoli was embarrassed to death, so he followed the rest of the group into the main residence. Under Dongfang Mingwang's arrangement, the lunch was quickly served. Everyone sat around the big round table and ate together. The atmosphere was very lively. Shaoli, sit down and eat too. Qin Feng looked at Shaoli, who was standing behind him. He couldn't bear to see her like this. Dongfang Mingwang looked at Qin Feng and didn't say anything. Dongfang Qingxue's heart softened. Little sister Shaoli, just sit between me and Qin Feng. Treat this place as if it's your home. Don't stand on ceremony with me. Under Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingxue's persuasion, Shaoli shyly sat down. However, she lowered her head and ate quietly. She didn't say a word. The members of the Dongfang family were puzzled. They were trying to guess the relationship between Xiao Li and Qin Feng. Although Qin Feng's status was high and it was normal for him to have 3 or 4 wives, the Dongfang family wasn't just for show. They couldn't accept Qin Feng having another woman while he had Dongfang Qing Shui. The atmosphere of the meal became a little strange. The Dongfang family members were smart enough to finish their meal and leave as soon as possible. Qin Feng, come with me to the study room. Dongfang Mingwang said to Qin Feng in a deep voice after the meal. He didn't even touch his chopsticks. Xiaoli looked at Qin Feng worriedly, but she didn't know what to say. Dongfang Qing Shui pouted her lips. Her eyes were gloating as if she was saying, "Who told you to fool around?" Seeing that Dongfang Mingwang had already gone upstairs, Qin Feng had no choice but to follow him. Although Dongfang Mingwang didn't say what it was, Qin Feng could guess that it had something to do with Xiaoli. When they arrived at Dongfang Mingwang's study room, the elder sat down and poured himself a cup of tea. Qin Feng quickly sat opposite him and said, "Hee. Grandpa Dongfang, let me make you some tea. You can just sit and rest." Dongfang Mingwang rolled his eyes at Qin Feng and snorted, "Humph. You're the leader of the martial arts world now. I don't dare to ask you to pour me tea. Isn't that shortening my lifespan?" Qin Feng felt helpless when he saw Dongfang Mingwang was angry. "Grandpa Dongfang, you're my elder. No matter what I become, I'll always respect you." Dongfang Mingwang put down the teapot and slammed the table. He said, "All right, you still have a conscience. I didn't help you for nothing. Since you still treat me as your grandpa, you should fulfill your promise. Why did you bring a little girl back?" Qin Feng guessed that Dongfang Mingwang called him here because of Xiaoli. It was true. Actually, there was nothing between Qin Feng and Xiaoli. Right now, he only treated Xiaoli as a good friend. However, Qin Feng had a guilty conscience because most of the women in Hero City had slept with him. He couldn't abandon these women, hee. "Grandpa Dongfang, of course I remember our promise. I didn't break it." Qin Feng smiled guiltily. Dongfang Mingwang's eyes widened. He almost fainted from Qin Feng's shameless behavior. "You didn't break it. You brought a mistress to my Dongfang garden. If it was someone else, I would have kicked him to death. Why would I let you stay for dinner?" Qin Feng pretended to be calm and said, "Grandpa, you're wrong. When I first came to the provincial capital, you said you'd help me take care of my friend. I promised that as long as I married Dongfang Qing Shui, I'd cut off all contact with other women. But I haven't married her yet." Dongfang Mingwang was stunned. He realized that Qin Feng's words made sense. He was so angry that he blew his beard and glared at Qin Feng. "You little bastard. You mean you won't marry Qing Shui for the rest of your life? Are you treating my granddaughter as a spare tire?" The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He realized that Dongfang Mingwang was old, but he could still use internet slang. This grandpa really kept up with the times. "Ahem. Old master, since you called me here alone to talk about this, then let's make things clear today. I think Qing Shui is very outstanding, but I can't do it to the point of abandoning other women. Nothing happened between me and Qing Shui. Why don't you look for her again? Among the 1.5 billion people in China, there must be someone more outstanding than me." Qin Feng couldn't be with Dongfang Qing Shui. He also felt that a lady from a wealthy family like Dongfang Qing Shui wasn't suitable for him. Perhaps letting her go would give her a better life. Dongfang Mingwang's eyes dimmed. China was big and there were many talented people, but he had his eyes on Qin Feng. Moreover, Dongfang Ming Wang could tell that Dongfang Qing Shue's attitude toward Qin Feng had changed after the martial arts circle conference. This girl seemed to have fallen in love with Qin Feng. You don't have a say in this. Stay at the Dongfang garden tonight. You and Qing Shui aren't young anymore. Since nothing happened between you and Qing Shui, let's settle the business tonight. Then, ask your father to come to the Dongfang garden to propose marriage. Once the wedding is held as soon as possible, you can stay with Qing Shui for the rest of your life. Dongfang Ming Wang had his own selfish motives. He knew about Qin Feng's relationship with those women in Hero City. However, for the sake of his precious granddaughter, someone had to be the bad guy, and Dongfang Ming Wang wasn't afraid to be the bad guy. Qin Feng felt a headache coming on. He realized that he couldn't keep a low profile, especially for a talented and perfect man like him. Even if he kept a low profile, he would accidentally show off his talent and win everyone's appreciation. Qin Feng never thought he would be chosen by a wealthy family like the Dongfang family. Now that Qin Feng wanted to reject this marriage, Dongfang Ming Wang wasn't happy about it. Grandpa, please spare me. I lost my virginity when I was in the 3rd year of middle school. I played with hundreds of women in high school, and I was a wastrel in university. I'm the scum of society. How can someone like me be a match for Miss Qing Shui? Grandpa, please find someone else. Qin Feng looked at Dongfang Ming Wang dejectedly. Chapter 1051. Qin Feng walked out of the study dejectedly. He discovered that he was being forced into marriage. What made Qin Feng even more depressed was that if anyone else dared to force him into marriage, he would kill them with one slap. However, the one forcing him into marriage was Dongfang Ming Wang. Qin Feng really couldn't do anything to this old man. Master, are you all right? How about Shaoli wait for you at the entrance? Master doesn't need to worry about Shaoli. Shaoli will wait for you no matter how long you stay here. Shaoli ran over worriedly as soon as Qin Feng went downstairs. Shaoli's heart ached when he saw Qin Feng's depressed expression. Oh. Don't worry, just stay in the Dongfang court. Qin Feng patted Shaoli's shoulder, but Shaoli was still worried. At this time, Dongfang Qing Shui also came over. She was gloating before, but when she saw Qin Feng walking out dejectedly, she became slightly worried. Hey! What did my grandfather want to talk to you about? Dongfang Qing Shui didn't show her emotions and looked at Qin Feng with an indifferent expression. Nothing, he just wanted me to marry you. Qin Feng spoke the truth. Shaoli and Dongfang Qing Shui were stunned. In Shaoli's opinion, with the Dongfang family's power, there must be countless men chasing after Dongfang Qing Shui. Shaoli thought it was Master who pestered Dongfang Qing Shui, but he didn't expect it to be the Dongfang family pestering Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing Shui crossed her arms and glared at Qin Feng with a huff. What nonsense are you spouting, you stinking brat? I'm one of the 4 fairies of Jindu City, and the line of people chasing me stretches from my doorstep to the top of the Great Wall. Why would my grandfather beg you to marry me? Go on and brag. I think it's more like you begged my grandfather to marry me, but my grandfather rejected you. Dongfang Qing Shui was such a proud woman, how could she accept the fact that she threw herself at Qin Feng? She actually hoped that Qin Feng would agree to this marriage, but Dongfang Qing Shui wouldn't ask Qin Feng to do so even if she was beaten to death. Qin Feng curled his lips and said indifferently, "It's up to you whether you believe it or not. I can't wait to cancel this marriage. You're too hard to please, I can't afford to marry you." Qin Feng's words pierced Dongfang Qing Shui's pride. She angrily stomped her feet. Don't speak nonsense. Do you believe that I won't call my grandfather over to question him and expose your lies? Before Qin Feng could react, Dongfang Ming Wang had already walked down the stairs. He said calmly, "What's there to expose? In the first place, I was the one who asked Qin Feng to marry you. In the future, you should control your big missy temper. Otherwise, Qin Feng won't want you anymore." Dongfang Qing Shui lowered her head after hearing Dongfang Ming Wang's words. A trace of disappointment flashed through her beautiful eyes. She had always been a proud daughter of heaven. She had always looked down on others who chased after her. Now that she finally had a good impression of a man, he still looked down on her. Dongfang Ming Wang continued, "Qin Feng will be staying at Dongfang Court tonight. Take her to your room. As for Miss Shaoli, come with me. I'll arrange a guest room for you." Dongfang Ming Wang was the Red Dragon of China. He was majestic and powerful, and even Shaoli was afraid of him. Under Dongfang Ming Wang's arrangements, the three of them couldn't disobey. Qin Feng followed Dongfang Qing Shui to her private villa. Dongfang Court was very big. After walking for a while, they arrived at a pink little house surrounded by flowers. This was Dongfang Qing Shui's little villa. From the outside, it looked different. On the way, Dongfang Qing Shui didn't say anything. She was very depressed. She opened the door and ignored Qin Feng. She entered the house and started to change her shoes. Qin Feng stood at the door and watched as Dongfang Qing Shui bent down to take off her high heels. Her perky butt was facing Qin Feng, and the position was quite ambiguous. Her long legs seemed to reach her belly button, and Qin Feng felt his body heat up. "What are you looking at? Is it nice? If you keep looking, I'll dig your eyeballs out." After Dongfang Qing Shui changed into her cotton slippers, she saw Qin Feng's burning gaze. She coldly reprimanded him, then angrily sat on the sofa. Qin Feng didn't mind. He took off his shoes and went to the living room. There was only Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui in the room. On the surface, Dongfang Qing Shui looked cold and emotionless, but her heart was a bit unsettled. In her entire life, this was the first time she brought a man to her house. However, the two of them sat on one side of the sofa and didn't say anything. The atmosphere gradually became heavy. "My grandfather told you to spend the night here." After a long silence, Dongfang Qing Shui suddenly spoke. Qin Feng nodded. "That's what he said." "Did he want you to do something with me?" Dongfang Qing Shui's expression became colder and colder. "He wanted me to confirm our relationship as husband and wife." Qin Feng was a bit more reserved. "In the end, you refused. Then, you were forced to come to my room by grandfather." When Dongfang Qing Shui said this, her teeth chattered. She was the most cold, arrogant, and noble young miss in the capital. She never thought that there would be a day when a man wouldn't want to have sex with her. Qin Feng already noticed the change in Dongfang Qing Shui's emotions. This woman seemed to have recovered her previous coldness. Qin Feng also knew that this was quite hurtful, but he had his own difficulties. He could only gently say, "Qing Shui, in reality, you don't like me, and I don't think I'm good enough for you. How about you pursue your happiness, and I protect mine?" That's pretty good. If Qin Feng said these words before the martial arts circle conference, Dongfang Qing Shui would have reached an agreement with him without hesitation. However, after experiencing these past few days, Dongfang Qing Shui's heart could no longer remain calm. She was no longer the cold, arrogant, and heartless young miss from before. She developed a different kind of feeling towards Qin Feng. However, Dongfang Qing Shui couldn't say what she was thinking. Qin Feng had clearly rejected her. With her noble, arrogant personality, how could she shamelessly stick to him? After a cold laugh, Dongfang Qing Shui got up and walked upstairs. "You said it very well. Then, we're even, and we'll be strangers in the future." Dongfang Qing Shui's back seemed a little lonely. Qin Feng shook his head. As expected, a talented and handsome man was the hardest to deal with. Qin Feng was the only one left on the first floor. He quickly regained his composure. The martial arts circle convention had ended. According to Qin Feng's previous plan, he was going to challenge the Dragon God. The 3-month deadline he had agreed on with the Dragon God was approaching. Now that Qin Feng had broken through to the middle stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi, and with the flying sword in hand, he could slaughter Stage 9 Inner Qi experts in the outside world. However, Qin Feng didn't let his guard down. He felt that his chances of winning against the Dragon God with his current strength were not high. The Dragon God was a Stage True Qi expert. Although Qin Feng had killed Ling Tianhai, who was a Stage True Qi expert with his own hands, he was lucky that time. Qin Feng first used the advantage of the cliff to exhaust a lot of Ling Tianhai's strength. In the end, he suddenly leveled up the Vidra esoteric art and activated the invincible golden body. However, after fighting with Ling Tianhai and the Dragon God, Qin Feng felt that the Dragon God was much stronger than Ling Tianhai. This battle would be a life and death battle. Thinking of this, Qin Feng flipped his hand and a pill with a milky white glow appeared in his palm. The pill was as big as a goose egg. It was smooth and round, and a medicinal fragrance flowed in the air. This was the Grade 8 Immortal Pill that Qin Feng obtained after completing the revenge mission and killing the main character of the Starlight Sect. According to the description of the pill, it could help a Stage 9 Inner Qi expert to break through to the pinnacle stage. The moment the Immortal Pill appeared, its milky white glow lit up the entire room. The room was shrouded in an illusory haze. This was the first time Qin Feng saw a pill with such abundant spiritual energy. In just a few seconds, the living room on the first floor had become a holy land of spiritual energy. The density of spiritual energy was comparable to the density of spiritual energy formed by Qin Feng's spirit gathering formation. The pill couldn't be left in the air for a long time. Otherwise, the spiritual energy in the pill would be depleted rapidly. After a brief moment of absent-mindedness, Qin Feng swallowed the immortal pill. The pill melted in his mouth, and a majestic wave of spiritual energy surged through his veins and blood. In an instant, Qin Feng's body was about to explode. Roar! Qin Feng couldn't help but roar like a wild lion that had just woken up from its slumber. The sky was getting dark, and all the villas in the Dongfang garden were brightly lit. An old man stood at the entrance of Dongfang Qingshue's villa, eavesdropping on the commotion inside the house. Oh my God! This brat Qin Feng is a wild beast. How can my granddaughter endure such savagery? Go easy on me, brat. Wait until tomorrow, I'll beat you to death. The person eavesdropping at the entrance was Dongfang Mingwang. He was worried that Qin Feng and Dongfang Qingxue wouldn't do anything serious tonight, so he specially ran to the entrance and squatted there. In the end, Qin Feng's roar scared the old man quite badly. Ah! What are you doing? Dongfang Qingxue was scared by Qin Feng's roar. She immediately ran downstairs and felt the entire villa shake. The spiritual energy in Qin Feng's body surged. Some of the excessive spiritual energy spurted out of his 7 apertures, turning into white mist and dissipating. Qin Feng felt like his body was about to explode. The oppressive feeling was extremely uncomfortable. He leaped to Dongfang Qingshue's side and pulled her to the sofa. Ah! Why you go easy? What are you doing? Dongfang Qingxue was frightened by Qin Feng's current appearance. She felt that Qin Feng was like a hungry beast. Qin Feng circulated his spiritual energy and roared, "Hurry, hurry and suck." Dongfang Qingxue was confused. Suck my hair. Not my hair, suck my spiritual energy. Ah, hurry up. Qin Feng felt like he was about to explode. He urgently needed someone to share some of the spiritual energy with him. This spirit immortal pill was too fierce and shocked Qin Feng. Dongfang Qing Shui realized the urgency of the situation. She was an outer disciple of the Blue Moon Observatory, so she was more sensitive to spiritual energy. Seeing that Qin Feng seemed to be in trouble during his breakthrough, Dongfang Qing Shui didn't have time to argue with Qin Feng. She immediately sat cross-legged and started to absorb the spiritual energy bursting out of Qin Feng's body to cultivate. The two of them extended their arms and put their palms together. Spiritual energy surged out of Qin Feng's body. Dongfang Qing Shui felt comfortable all over as if she was electrocuted. She would occasionally let out a high-pitched moan. Qin Feng's body finally felt a little better. However, the violent spiritual energy still filled him to the point that he had to roar from time to time. The house was filled with shouts that were frighteningly loud. Dongfang Mingwang was dumbfounded. He realized that youngsters nowadays were too fierce. If they continued to play like this, would they really not die? After listening for a while, Dongfang Mingwang couldn't take it anymore. He was scared away by Qin Feng and his granddaughter's wildness. However, Dongfang Mingwang heaved a long sigh of relief. He was completely at ease now. As long as this brat Qin Feng and his granddaughter finished their business, he wouldn't dare to look for other women in the future. Bang, 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 bang. The living room was filled with loud noises. It was the aura produced by Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui's consecutive breakthroughs. The two of them cultivated for the whole night. The shouts also lasted for the whole night. The effects of the spirit immortal pill shocked Qin Feng. After a whole night of absorption, the spirit immortal pill was barely absorbed. Whoosh! The sky was bright. The two of them cultivated for the whole night. They were sweating profusely and collapsed on the sofa. Chapter 1052. Aw! Why you pervert? Why get out of here now? Dongfang Qing Shui exclaimed and kicked Qin Feng off the sofa. Qin Feng was also exhausted. He opened his eyes in a daze and was immediately stunned by what he saw. Didn't I say we'll be strangers from now on? This woman actually attacked me while I was asleep. Qin Feng quickly calmed down. How could Dongfang Qing Shui attack him while he was asleep? The two of them cultivated for a whole night and both broke through, causing their clothes to explode into pieces. Now, they were practically in a vacuum state. Qin Feng glanced at Dongfang Qing Shui's chest and swallowed. His vulgar appearance angered Dongfang Qing Shui so much that she pounced on Qin Feng. You stinking pervert, I'll fight you to the death. Dongfang Qing Shui's flowery but impractical moves were useless against Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng pretended to be in pain and rolled around on the floor while secretly admiring Dongfang Qing Shui's body. After a while, Dongfang Qing Shui realized something was wrong. She bashfully stamped her feet and angrily ran upstairs with her tumbling breasts. After a while, Dongfang Qing Shui came down. She had already put on a snow-white dress and a pair of white cotton socks on her long legs. She was as pure and moving as a princess. Aw! Why aren't you wearing clothes? Don't you have any shame? Dongfang Qing Shui exclaimed after she came down. Qin Feng sat on the sofa with his butt naked. He wasn't afraid of being seen by Dongfang Qing Shui. My clothes have exploded into pieces. Why don't you find some clothes for me to wear? Qin Feng curled his lips and said. Dongfang Qing Shui was embarrassed and annoyed. She couldn't be bothered with Qin Feng. It would be better if Qin Feng walked out naked. However, Dongfang Qing Shui didn't know what to do when she saw Qin Feng staying in the living room. Dongfang Qing Shui had already left the villa. Qin Feng felt the qi in his body and cried out in surprise. One night of cultivation actually allowed him to break through from the middle stage of stage 9 inner qi to the peak of stage 9 inner qi. So this was the peak of the realm. The qi in his body surged endlessly like the boundless ocean. Rumble. Qin Feng leaped up and punched out. The special great thunder tiger fists were mighty and invincible, bringing with them the roar of thunder and the roar of tigers. The TV wall on the opposite side collapsed, and even the LCD TV and the TV cabinet were smashed into pieces. However, Qin Feng did not care about this. He was shocked by his current strength. With a flip of his body, Qin Feng grabbed the starry sky flying sword in his hand. With a flash of sword light, the stairs directly fell down, turning into a pile of ruins at the foot of the stairs. Bang 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 bang. The more Qin Feng fought, the more excited he became. His figure flashed in and out of Dongfang Qingshue's villa. The originally delicate and cozy little villa was instantly turned into a mess by Qin Feng. Ah! Is it an earthquake? Qin Feng, are you all right? A cry of surprise suddenly came from outside the door. Qin Feng hurriedly put away his flying sword and stood in the middle of the living room. He then looked at the door with an innocent expression. Dongfang Qingxue and Dongfang Mingwang stood at the door. Dongfang Qingxue screamed again. Qin Feng stood there naked, and the muscular Dongfang Qingxue blushed. Dongfang Mingwang's eyes almost popped out of their sockets. He had originally come with Qingxue to deliver clothes to Qin Feng. When he saw the mess in the living room, Dongfang Mingwang looked at Qingxue, who was beside him. This granddaughter of his actually survived. His body was really tough. Cough cough. Youngsters nowadays really don't have any restraints. Dongfang Mingwang glared at Qin Feng angrily and left with his hands clasped behind his back. Dongfang Qingxue held a suit and a shirt in her arms. She stood at the door in a daze for a long time. Qingxue, haven't you seen enough? Do you want to come over and touch it? Qin Feng's laughter immediately woke Dongfang Qingxue up. She was so embarrassed that her charming face was about to drip water. She casually tossed a set of clothes to Qin Feng. Qin Feng quickly put on the clothes. He was a normal person and didn't like to run around naked. Are you done? Why are you dilly-dallying like a girl? Dongfang Qingxue stood at the door with her back facing Qin Feng. She was impatient from waiting. I'm done a long time ago. Dongfang Qingxue angrily turned around and walked into the villa. Just as she was about to question Qin Feng about the mess in the room, her gaze fell on Qin Feng and she suddenly froze. A ray of sunlight passed through the window and shone on Qin Feng's body. Qin Feng wore a white suit. His long hair fluttered in the breeze. His figure was tall and straight, his face was resolute and handsome, and his face carried a charming smile like that of a prince on a white horse. Qingxue, I'm really sorry. I just wanted to feel out my strength after breaking through and accidentally messed up your room. I hope you won't be angry. Qin Feng realized that Dongfang Qingxue was about to explode, so he immediately put on a look of apology. Dongfang Qingxue was dumbstruck. She couldn't bear to blame Qin Feng anymore, so she still said indifferently, never mind, never mind. Just let Grandpa find someone to renovate it for me. Seeing that the trick of injuring herself to gain her confidence worked, Qin Feng chuckled as he walked to Dongfang Qingshue's side. His large hand suddenly touched Dongfang Qingshue's wrist, scaring her into immediately shaking off Qin Feng's hand. Don't be all over me. We've already made a clean break. If you touch me again, I won't be polite. Dongfang Qingxue was still a bit angry. She felt that Qin Feng had eyes but couldn't see. He was practically blind to look down on such a good woman like her. Qin Feng didn't mind. He smiled and said, "Congratulations, Miss Qing Shui. You broke through from stage 4 inner qi to stage 6 inner qi in one night. Your physique is very suitable for cultivation. In the future, you can work harder and your realm will rise very quickly." Qin Feng only wanted to investigate Dongfang Qing Shui's strength. Dongfang Qing Shui immediately became bashful. So she had misunderstood Qin Feng. "Humph. Whether I cultivate or not is none of your business. Who are you to me?" When Dongfang Qing Shui thought that Qin Feng didn't want her anymore, she felt wronged and angry. She yelled at Qin Feng, turned around, and ran away. Qin Feng shook his head helplessly. He composed himself and walked out of the room. Shaoli was already waiting for him outside. Qin Feng suspected that this girl didn't sleep all night and waited for him here the whole time. "Master." Shaoli obediently walked to Qin Feng's side. Indeed, she didn't sleep all night and waited outside Dongfang Qing Shui's villa for Qin Feng to come out. Shaoli clearly heard Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui's shouts last night. She was very sad and disappointed. She looked forward to the night when Qin Feng would be so wild to her. "Shaoli, wait for me at the Qin Manor. I have something to do today. I'll come back to find you after I'm done." Qin Feng had already broken through to the peak of stage 9 inner qi. Today, he was going to challenge the dragon god. This time, Qin Feng couldn't bring Shaoli along because even he didn't know if he could come back alive. Shaoli hurriedly pulled Qin Feng's arm and said anxiously, "Master, let Shaoli stay by your side. I'll listen to Mistress Qing Shui in the future and won't quarrel with her anymore." Shaoli will be very obedient. Shaoli was a woman who worried about personal gains and losses. She was constantly worried that Qin Feng would abandon her. Especially last night, she mistakenly thought that Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui had sex. This way, Qin Feng would definitely care about Dongfang Qing Shui more. Shaoli was very worried that her master would be unhappy if she offended Dongfang Qing Shui in the Devil City. Qin Feng was a little puzzled. He didn't know why Shaoli was so nervous all of a sudden. He patted her head and said, "Don't talk nonsense. I said I won't abandon you. Today, I'm going to challenge a very powerful person. It's inconvenient to bring you along. Wait for me at the Qin Manor. I'll come find you." Qin Feng patiently comforted Shaoli. Shaoli was still a little worried. But in the end, she let go of Qin Feng's arm. She was very obedient to Qin Feng. Even if one day Qin Feng told her to leave and never come back, Shaoli would do it. The two of them arrived at the main residence. The main relatives of the Dongfang family were all there. Dongfang Mingwang's face was beaming with happiness. He thought that Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui had sex, so this marriage was completely settled. "Qin Feng, when are you going to ask Qin Huang to propose?" Qin Feng had just sat down when he was so shocked by Dongfang Mingwang's words that he almost spat out the milk in his mouth. Before Qin Feng could speak, Dongfang Qing Shui said, "Grandpa, I don't agree to this marriage. If you force me to marry Qin Feng again, I'll run away from home." Dongfang Mingwang was so angry that his face turned cold. "Qing Shui, why are you so insensible? This marriage has been decided long ago. You can't reject it." Dongfang Qing Shui didn't want to reject it, but what could she do if Qin Feng didn't agree? Dongfang Qing Shui already felt wronged. Now that she was reprimanded by her grandpa, a layer of mist appeared in her beautiful eyes. The atmosphere in the house froze. The relatives of the Dongfang family all lowered their heads and pretended to eat breakfast. No one dared to speak rashly. "Elder, since Qing Shui isn't ready yet, why don't you wait for a while?" This kind of marriage can't be rushed. Qin Feng quickly stood up to persuade Dong Fang Ming Wang. Dong Fang Ming Wang was so angry that he slammed the table. The plates on the table jumped up. Nonsense. You guys already consummated your marriage last night. Why are you saying you don't like it? If you don't like it, then why are you messing around? The people around them sighed. The relatives of the Dongfang family all stared at Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui with their eyes wide open. The two of them were the most shocked. They stared straight at Dongfang Ming Wang. Elder, you can't accuse me like this. Qing Shui and I didn't do anything. Grandpa, what are you talking about? I didn't do anything like that. Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui both denied it. Dongfang Ming Wang didn't believe them. He heard the commotion in the room last night and saw the messy battlefield this morning. How could they not do anything when they were playing so wildly? Do you really think I'm old? Do you think I can't tell if you did it or not? Don't say anything else. Qin Feng, go back to Qin Manor today. Tomorrow is a good and auspicious day. Tell your father and grandfather to come to the Dongfang garden to propose marriage. The day after tomorrow, you guys will have a wedding banquet. Dongfang Ming Wang was even more anxious than Qin Feng and Dongfang Qing Shui. His decision stunned everyone. Dongfang Qing Shui covered her forehead and was speechless. She didn't know how to explain to her grandfather. Qin Feng knew Dongfang Ming Wang was stubborn. Ahem. Then I'll go back first. Qin Feng gave Shaoli a look and walked out. He planned to never come back after leaving the Dongfang garden. Dongfang Ming Wang didn't stop them and let them leave. Just as Qin Feng walked out the door, Dongfang Qing Shui's voice came from behind. Qin Feng, wait. Miss Qing Shui, what's wrong? Qin Feng stood outside the door and looked at Dongfang Qing Shui. Dongfang Qing Shui wore a white dress and was as pure and moving as a white lotus. She walked to the door but didn't walk out. She stood a doorsill between them and said, leave today, and don't ever come back. Don't let me see you again. I hate you. Dongfang Qing Shui almost roared at Qin Feng. Then, she suddenly turned and ran away. Qin Feng was stunned outside the door. He didn't know what was going on. Shaoli sighed, Master, you're too outstanding. Miss Qing Shui already likes you. Why did you reject her after taking her body? Shaoli wasn't stupid. He already saw something fishy. Qin Feng rarely got serious. He looked at Shaoli and said, I didn't violate Miss Qing Shui. She's also outstanding. She can find someone better than me. Qin Feng sighed and strode away. Shaoli caught up to Qin Feng and said, Master, I don't think there's a better man than you in this world. Chapter 1053. Qin Feng planned to leave Dongfang Court and directly challenge the Divine Dragon. However, before that, he had to send Shaoli to the Qin Manor. Shaoli was simply too well-behaved and obedient. Qin Feng originally wanted to make an excuse and let her go to the Qin Manor by herself. However, Qin Feng's heart softened. As an outsider, it would definitely be very awkward for Shaoli to suddenly go to the Qin Manor. Qin Feng prepared to bring her back and introduce her to everyone. Wow! Master, this is your home. It's so magnificent. The two of them stood outside the gates of the Qin Manor. Shaoli couldn't help but exclaim as she looked at the magnificent building. Actually, the Qin Manor was a bit inferior to Dongfang Court. However, Dongfang Court was someone else's home to Shaoli. No matter how magnificent it was, Shaoli wouldn't be moved. The Qin Manor in front of her belonged to Qin Feng's master, so Shaoli tacitly accepted it as her home. This made Xiao Li extremely excited. Qin Feng looked at Xiao Li, who clapped and cheered like a little girl. He couldn't help but pull her into his embrace. Looking at the Qin manor in front of him, Qin Feng's heart was filled with emotion. The mission to the outer martial arts world was filled with danger. Now that he was able to return alive, Qin Feng felt like he hadn't returned to the Qin manor for many years. Young Master Qin. It really is young Master Qin. When the guards at the door saw Qin Feng, they were stunned for a long time. After rubbing their eyes a few times, they finally confirmed that they weren't dreaming. Young Master Qin, sister-in-law, welcome home. Right now, Qin Feng's reputation in the capital was illustrious, and in the Qin manor, he was publicly acknowledged as the young patriarch. Even if Qin Feng transferred the position of young patriarch to Qin Wudao, his status was still much higher than Qin Wudao's. Xiao Li blushed when the guards called her sister-in-law, but she didn't explain this relationship. Qin Feng didn't say much. He pulled Xiao Li into the courtyard. Go tell father and grandfather that I'm back. Qin Feng's words were like an imperial edict. Two of the guards immediately ran into the house to inform them of Qin Feng's return. Wow! Master, the Qin manor is so big and beautiful. I love it here. Qin Feng took Xiao Li for a stroll in the courtyard. Xiao Li was overjoyed. She felt like a wife returning home to meet her family. Qin Feng patted Xiao Li's fragrant shoulder and smiled as he said, if you like it here, you can stay here. However, I'll take you to Acropolis City in a few days. There's a home there, and it's even more beautiful than here. If you like it, you can stay in Hero City. The construction of Hero City was almost complete. Hua Tuo and Hua Bei, the two elders, were in charge of the city. Qin Feng felt more at ease when he arranged for his women to stay there. Moreover, Hero City was rich in spiritual energy, so it was more suitable for cultivation. Xiao Li suddenly hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly and said nervously, Master, I don't want to live anywhere. I want to be by Master's side at all times and take care of Master's daily life. Qin Feng was used to Xiao Li relying on him. Now that this girl had nothing to worry about, it was inevitable that she would be afraid of losing him. Qin Feng hugged Xiao Li tighter and said softly, all right, as long as you're happy. Brother. You're back. And this is... A pleasant voice like that of an oriole came from behind. Qin Duo, who was wearing a pink dress and colorful knee socks, skipped over. Duo, let me introduce you. This is my friend, Xiao Li. Xiao Li, this is my cousin, Qin Duo. When Xiao Li saw the cute and moving Qin Duo, she was instinctively hostile. However, after hearing Qin Feng's introduction, Xiao Li immediately smiled and said, Duo, I'm sorry to disturb you so suddenly. Please forgive me. Xiao Li hugged Qin Feng's arm as she spoke. She looked like Qin Feng's little woman. Qin Duo's bright smile suddenly froze. She pouted and ran up to Qin Feng and pinched his back a few times. Brother. Aren't you too fickle? How many women have you slept with? Since you like having a harem so much, why don't you add Duo as well? Qin Duo looked at Qin Feng half-jokingly, but this was what she wanted. Qin Duo overheard her grandfather talking about Qin Feng's background a long time ago, so she thought she could be with Qin Feng. Xiao Li was stunned by Qin Duo's words. Qin Feng looked helpless. He patted Qin Duo's little head and said, You little girl, don't make jokes like this again. If your parents and grandfather find out, they'll beat you. Qin Duo looked wronged. She had the urge to tell Xiao Li her secret, but she held it in. Sister-in-law Xiao Li, welcome. Qin Duo greeted Xiao Li obediently. Xiao Li felt flattered. Aw. Thank you. I came in a hurry this time. I didn't have time to prepare a gift. I feel so guilty. Xiaoli originally came with the identity of a maid. She didn't expect that she would accidentally become the mistress. This made her extremely excited. Qin Duo'er felt that Xiaoli was different from the other sisters-in-law. She seemed to be overly nervous. At this time, a few figures walked over. "Big brother, you're back." Qin Wudao dashed over and turned into a ray of white light. Qin Fang's eyes lit up, and he said with a smile, "Good boy. It's only been a few days, and you've already broken through to the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. You're worthy of being my little brother." Qin Wudao smiled brightly. He was only a Stage 8 Inner Qi not long ago, but now he had broken through to the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. The reason why he broke through so quickly was because of the medicinal pills Qin Feng gave him before he left. "Big brother. It's all thanks to you. Otherwise, I wouldn't have broken through so quickly." "Damn. Big brother, what's your strength now?" "I can't even tell." Qin Wudao seemed to have changed into a different person in just a dozen days. He used to live in the dilemma of revenge and family, so he was cold and rarely spoke. Now, he was lively and cheerful like the boy next door. "Martial arts. You still don't know. Your big brother Qin Feng has just returned from defeating the Wulin Alliance. What realm do you think he's at now?" Another aged laughter sounded. Qin Shitian and Qin Emperor walked over, surrounded by the members of the Qin clan. No one had heard about the Wulin Alliance. Qin Shitian only knew about it after he received a call from Dongfang Mingwang. Once this news was released, the entire Qin family was in an uproar. "Holy shit! Big brother, are you serious? The Wulin Alliance. What realm are you at now?" Qin Wudao was so shocked that his voice trembled. He always wanted to break through and catch up to Qin Feng as soon as possible. But no matter how hard he tried, he was still left behind by Qin Feng. "Grandpa, Dad," Qin Feng first greeted his relatives. Even if his status was high, he didn't put on any airs in front of his relatives. He was still Qin Feng. "Martial arts, let me tell you this. If I, your big brother, go all out, I can kill a Stage 1 true Qi expert." Qin Feng knew that everyone was curious about his strength, so he revealed some information in front of everyone. As soon as he finished speaking, exclamations came from all around. Even Xiaoli was shocked. In fact, she didn't know that her master killed Ling Tianhai and the others. Incredible, our Qin family has a Stage true Qi expert. Some of the Qin family members cried out in surprise. Then, screams rose and fell one after another. Qin Huang's eyes flickered. He was so shocked by his son's rapid growth that he couldn't speak. Even Qin Shitian stared at Qin Fen as if he had seen a treasure hidden in the desert. "Big brother. You're too awesome. In the future, as long as Duo'er says your name in the provincial capital, no one will dare to bully me." Qin Duo'er excitedly threw herself into Qin Feng's arms and jumped up and down on him. Qin Feng was embarrassed. He could feel the softness and elasticity of Duo'er's chest. "Ha, double happiness, it's really double happiness." Qin Shitian was stunned for a while and suddenly laughed. Qin Feng didn't understand. "Grandpa, what double happiness?" Qin Shitian smiled playfully and glanced at Qin Feng. "You're still pretending. Dongfang Mingwang called me just now and asked me and your dad to go to the Dongfang garden tomorrow to propose marriage. Plus, you won the position of the Chancellor of Wulin. Don't you think it's double happiness?" This was the first time everyone heard of this news. Sighs came from the crowd again. Xiaoli and Qin Duo'er were so nervous that they stared at Qin Feng with wide eyes. "Big brother. You can't marry big sister Qing Shui. Qin Duo'er couldn't stand it anymore and started to act like a spoiled child in Qin Fang's arms. Everyone was dumbfounded by Qin Duo'er's behavior. The Dongfang family and the Qin family were well matched in social status in the provincial capital. Dongfang Qing Shui was also noble and beautiful, a perfect match for Qin Feng. Everyone in the Qin family thought highly of this marriage. What was Qin Duo'er doing? Oh. Why can't I marry Qing Shui? Qin Feng was also confused. Qin Duo'er realized she said the wrong thing and almost revealed her thoughts. She immediately said shyly, if Big Brother gets married, why you won't be able to play with Duo'er anymore. You'll be with Big Sister Qing Shui all the time. After hearing Qin Duo'er's words, everyone laughed out loud. Qin Zhong came up and hugged the girl. He said, Duo'er, don't talk nonsense. Your big brother Qin Feng will get married sooner or later. Also, you're not young anymore. After big brother Qin Feng gets married, Dad will find you a good man. Everyone smiled and nodded. Qin Duo'er pouted and suddenly got angry. She struggled out of her dad's embrace and ran outside. I don't want to get married. Big brother Qin Feng doesn't want to get married either. Seeing Qin Duo'er throwing a tantrum, the adults didn't think much of it. Instead, they were amused. Everyone had already gathered around Qin Feng. Everyone saw Shaoli, who Qin Feng had brought along. At this moment, Shaoli was extremely embarrassed. She could see that everyone in Qin Fang's mansion was in favor of Dongfang Qing Shui and Qin Fang's marriage. Now that she was here, wouldn't she become a third wheel? Feng Er, this is. Everyone was too embarrassed to ask about Shaoli's identity, so they asked as Qin Shitian. Before Qin Feng could speak, Shaoli quickly said, Grandpa, I am Qin Fang's maid. He brought me back from the Martial Society convention. Oh. If that's the case, then come and eat with us. After hearing Shaoli's introduction, everyone heaved a sigh of relief. They didn't look down on Shaoli because of her identity as a maid. Qin Feng followed his father and grandfather to the main residence. Since he hadn't been back for a while, Qin Feng realized that the Qin family had changed a lot. They had expanded a lot of places. Because of Qin Fang's return, the Qin family was bustling with noise and excitement. It felt like it was the new year. Everyone gathered together to chat and drink. Second uncle and third uncle's families who had conflicts with Qin Feng had also reconciled with Qin Feng. After the meal, Qin Feng learned about the development of the capital in the past 3 months. Although Qin Feng disappeared for 3 months, his reputation was still the same. No one in the capital dared to offend the Qin family. Under the leadership of Qin Wudao, the Qin family flourished day by day. Now, they had a firm foothold among the 4 major families in the capital. Their power and prestige could compete with the Dongfang family. Young Master Qin, someone is looking for you. After lunch, everyone drank too much and returned to their rooms to rest. Just as Qin Feng and Shaoli returned to their rooms, a servant came to report. Who is it? Qin Feng asked. Chapter 1054. Qin Feng already guessed who it was, so he stood up and went out to greet her. Qin Feng. You're really back. Just as Qin Feng reached the entrance of the courtyard, he heard a surprised voice. Yun Xiao wore a tight-fitting qipao with a red fur draped over her shoulders. Her long legs were exposed, and she looked very sexy and eye-catching in this cold winter. Teacher Yun Xiao, why are you here? Qin Feng still called Yun Xiao teacher out of habit. Back in Acropolis University, Qin Feng was used to calling her that. Not long ago, Qin Feng left Hero City to participate in the martial arts conference. However, he didn't tell the women in Hero City about it because he didn't want them to worry about him. However, after the women found out about it, they were worried about Qin Feng and waited for him to return. Now that Yun Xiao saw that Qin Feng was safe and sound, she was so excited that tears came out. The two of them hugged each other tightly. Standing at the entrance of Qin Manor was a beautiful scene. Shaoli stood at the side and was completely speechless. How many women did this master have? After hugging for a while, Qin Feng pulled Yun Xiao back to his room. Shaoli followed behind Qin Feng, which made Yun Xiao feel suspicious. Teacher Yun Xiao, why are you here? Did you come alone? Qin Feng was a bit puzzled. He didn't tell anyone about his return, so the people of Qin Manor probably wouldn't tell Yun Xiao alone. The two of them sat on the sofa. Yun Xiao naturally lay in Qin Feng's embrace and allowed Qin Feng's hands to restlessly touch her thighs. I heard it from my little brother. Did you go to the Sima family and transfer the Sima family's blacksmith shop to the Yun family? When Yun Xiao mentioned this, Qin Feng remembered that he went to the Sima family yesterday. To others, this was an earth-shattering event, but Qin Feng completely forgot about it in a day. It seems like the Sima family has some brains. Since that's the case, I won't cause trouble for them. In the future, the Yun family will be one of the 4 major families in the provincial capital. You can also change the name of the blacksmith shop to Divine Armament Hall, and the Yun family will dominate China's secular world. Qin Feng spoke as if he was talking about something very normal, but Yun Xiao and Shaoli were filled with shock. As of now, Qin Feng was simply too powerful in the secular world. A single word from him could determine the life and death of a large family in the capital. Yun Xiao suddenly hugged Qin Feng tighter and said with a moved expression, Qin Feng, thank you. Qin Feng pinched Cloudy Zhao's thigh and said with a frown, what are you thanking me for? We're on the same side. Yun Xiao couldn't help but moan. Qin Fen made her feel like she was on fire. The last time Qin Fen returned to Hero City, the women all fought to be with him at night. With Yun Zhao's personality, she naturally didn't manage to get one. She hadn't been comforted by Qin Fen for a long time, so she suddenly wanted one. Qin Feng, tea that is? Yun Xiao looked at Shaoli nervously. Shaoli was even more nervous than Yun Xiao. Qin Feng could tell what Yun Xiao was thinking with a glance. He smiled at Shaoli and said, Shaoli, you can go out first. Take a stroll around the Qin Manor. Treat it like your home and don't be too restrained. Shaoli was smart, so of course she knew what her master was going to do next. A look of disappointment flashed in her beautiful eyes. Why didn't her master do it with her? Yes, master. I'll be standing outside the door. If master has any orders, call me at any time. Shaoli obediently retreated. As soon as she left, Yun Xiao pressed her fragrant lips against Qin Feng's. Then, she stammered, you're looking for women outside again. Are you crazy? There are so many beauties in Hero City. Aren't you satisfied? Yun Xiao looked at Qin Feng with a reproachful expression, but she wasn't really angry. Qin Feng smiled and didn't explain. He had more important things to do. Shaoli stood outside the room and quickly heard the excited sounds coming from inside. Shaoli was so shy that her heartbeat sped up. The scene of Qin Feng fighting illusionary child of Ice Lake Mountain appeared in her mind. This battle lasted for a long time and only stopped when the sky darkened. Qin Feng still had a radiant smile on his face, but Yun Xiao was tired and panting. Qin Feng, there's something I don't know if I should say or not. Yun Xiao lay in Qin Feng's embrace and let Qin Feng's hand wander over her skin. Qin Feng raised his eyebrows slightly. What is it? Yun Xiao looked at Qin Feng worriedly. After a moment of hesitation, she said, Qin Yi is back. Qin Feng sat up abruptly. His eyes almost popped out of their sockets. Qin Yi is back. Teacher Yun Xiao, are you kidding me? Qin Feng was indeed frightened. Didn't Qin Yi die in the Amethyst Dragon Palace half a year ago? How did he come back? Yun Xiao seemed to have guessed Qin Feng's reaction. She quickly crawled to Qin Feng's side and hugged his waist tightly. She said, "Calm down." Actually, when Qin Yi stood at the entrance of Hero City that day, all of us were shocked. After we asked him, he said that he didn't die in the battle at the Amethyst Dragon Palace. Not only did he not die, but Li Xiaojia also survived. Qin Yi, Li Xiaojia, and Sima too were taken away by the Verdant sect. The Verdant sect used the three of them for experiments. Qin Yi and Li Xiaojia's experiments were successful, so they survived. Sima too didn't succeed, so he really died. After Yun Xiao explained, Qin Feng's heart was in turmoil. He had seen the resurrected Li Xiaojia. Li Xiaojia survived because the Verdant sect had replaced his organs with corpse qi. However, Qin Feng had killed Li Xiaojia in Zhongchuan City. Qin Feng didn't expect Qin Yi to survive as well. Could it be that Qin Yi was also a corpse qi organ? Qin Feng was very excited because Qin Yi was still alive. However, he soon became worried. After Li Xiaojia was rescued, he joined the Verdant sect. He became neither human nor ghost and did all kinds of bad things. Did Qin Yi also join the Verdant sect after he was resurrected? Then, did he suddenly appear in Hero City for some ulterior motive? Qin Feng, are you alright? Yun Xiao was a little worried when she saw Qin Feng's brows furrowing. Qin Feng hugged Yun Xiao tightly. He patted her back and said, "Teacher Yun Xiao, when did Qin Yi go to Hero City? Is he living in Hero City now? Did he go alone? Did he do anything out of the ordinary?" Qin Feng asked so many questions that Yun Xiao was a little confused. Yun Xiao and the other women knew about Qin Feng's situation. Everyone knew that Qin Feng felt guilty toward his cousins. Therefore, when Qin Yi appeared, everyone was very happy. However, Yun Xiao didn't expect Qin Feng to not be as excited as she imagined. Qin Yi went to Hero City alone yesterday. Before I came to the capital today, he stayed in Hero City. I asked him if he wanted to come to the capital to look for you, but he smiled and refused. Yun Xiao explained the situation with Qin Yi in detail. Qin Feng felt a bit strange after hearing it. Since Qin Yi hadn't appeared for more than half a year, why did he suddenly appear? Since he appeared, why didn't he come to see me? Perhaps only the people in Hero City knew about this. Even the Qin Manor didn't know about it. Otherwise, Qin Shitian and Qin Huang would have told Qin Feng today. "Qin Feng, is there something wrong?" Yun Xiao seemed to have discovered something strange and was worried for Qin Feng. Qin Feng's feelings for Qin Yi were very complicated. He hoped that Qin Yi was alive and could put aside the past like Qin Wudao. That way, Qin Feng and his brothers could really reunite. "Teacher Yun Xiao, I'm going to see someone tonight. I'll return to Hero City tomorrow. We'll talk about it after I see Qin Yi." Qin Feng couldn't come to a conclusion now. He quickly put on his clothes and prepared to challenge the divine dragon. "Shaoli, you've been standing here." Qin Feng saw Shaoli standing outside the door as soon as he walked out. "Yes, master." Shaoli lowered her head and didn't dare to look at Qin Feng. She had been fantasizing about doing it with Qin Feng, and now she was about to die of embarrassment. "Go inside. I'm going to challenge someone tonight. If everything goes well, I'll bring you home tomorrow." Shaoli glanced behind Qin Feng. When she saw that Yun Xiao hadn't come out, she thought that her master must have exhausted her strength. Shaoli walked over and held Qin Feng's arm. She looked at Qin Feng with tender eyes and said, "Master, Xiao Li will go with you. Qin Feng felt Xiao Li's body heat up. He guessed that she must have heard the noise in the house. Qin Feng felt a bit awkward. He patted Xiao Li's head and said in an unquestionable tone, "Go back to the house and help me take care of teacher Yun Xiao. I'll come and pick you up tomorrow morning." Qin Feng left. Xiao Li was very obedient and didn't follow. However, her heart had already left with Qin Feng. Night fell. Jingdu City was bustling with flowers, and the nightlife was just starting to heat up. Qin Feng walked on the bustling street and watched the men and women going in and out of the bars. The corner of his mouth slightly curled up. It was so similar to his previous life. The surrounding environment turned from noisy to cold and quiet. Qin Feng walked to the foot of the Divine Dragon Mountain in the suburbs. He raised his head and looked at the towering Divine Dragon Mountain that pierced through the clouds. Qin Feng frowned. He suffered a crushing defeat here 3 months ago. Today, he was going to climb Divine Dragon Mountain again and defeat the strongest person in China's secular world, the Divine Dragon. Whoosh! The sound of wind breaking rang out. A ray of pink light flickered. 3 months ago, Qin Feng had exhausted half of his strength just to climb Divine Dragon Mountain. This time, he landed on the peak of Divine Dragon Mountain in less than half a minute. "Who are you? How dare you trespass on Divine Dragon Mountain at night?" As soon as Qin Feng landed, 2 black shadows rushed toward him. Qin Feng stood still and said indifferently, "I'm Qin Feng. I'm here to challenge the Divine Dragon." When the 2 guards arrived at Qin Feng's side, their auras suddenly disappeared. They stared at the young and handsome man in front of them in astonishment. It was indeed Qin Feng, the famous Qin Feng in Jingdu City. It was said that he had returned with the #1 martial arts alliance leader. "Qin Feng, you still dare to come?" While the 2 guards were still in a daze, another figure flashed toward them. Qin Feng's gaze fell on the newcomer. A gratified smile appeared on his face. "Qin Xiao, congratulations on reaching the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. My third brother, Qin Wudao, has also reached the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi." Qin Xiao still held a grudge against Qin Feng. However, Qin Feng had already accepted the fact that Qin Xiao's strength had improved. He was happy for Qin Xiao. However, Qin Xiao did not think that Qin Feng would be so kind as to congratulate him. The news of Qin Feng becoming the Martial Arts Alliance leader had spread throughout the upper class of Jingdu City in just one afternoon. To be able to become the Martial Arts Alliance leader, one had to be at least at the late stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. 3 months ago, Qin Xiao and Qin Feng competed in the Qin family's martial arts competition. At that time, Qin Feng was only at the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi. "Stop pretending. Although I can't defeat you, this is the 2nd time you have challenged my master. This time, you will die because no one can leave Divine Dragon Mountain alive after challenging the Divine Dragon for the 2nd time." Qin Xiao said confidently. It seemed like he had full confidence in his master, the Divine Dragon. Chapter 1055. Qin Feng ignored Qin Zhao's words and said with a smile, "It's hard to say who will win before the battle begins." Qin Feng knew that the Divine Dragon was powerful, but he came prepared this time. This battle was bound to be the pinnacle of the secular world, but Qin Feng felt that it was hard to say who would win. Qin Xiao laughed. He thought that Qin Feng was bragging, "How dare you boast with your low realm? You're just a martial artist in the inner Qi stage. My master dragon god has long stepped into the true Qi stage. In this secular world of Huaxia, there's only one true Qi stage, and that's my master. Don't even think about beating my master." Qin Xiao looked at Qin Feng coldly and taunted him. Qin Feng shook his head and stopped talking to Qin Shao. Lead the way. Qin Shao also felt bored. She snorted coldly and walked in front to lead the way. The two walked into the cave and arrived at a spacious valley. This was Qin Feng's second time here, so he was familiar with the place. Master, Qin Feng is here. Qin Shao cupped his fist and bowed to the air. A gust of wind suddenly blew in the quiet valley. A white shadow flashed and landed on the peak of a mountain. The divine dragon wore a white robe, and his long hair hung loosely over his shoulders. A breathtaking aura floated around his body, and a pair of clear and bright black eyes looked at Qin Feng. Although they were hundreds of meters apart, it was as if he could see through Qin Feng's heart. You can leave now. The divine dragon waved his hand, and the wind and clouds seemed to change. Qin Shao glared at Qin Feng again before retreating. The valley fell into silence. Qin Feng and the divine dragon didn't speak. They looked at each other and realized that the other's strength had increased. Swoosh! The divine dragon, who was hundreds of meters away, appeared on the plain 10 meters away from Qin Feng in a few breaths. He looked at Qin Feng and smiled. Not bad, not bad. In just 3 months, you've broken through from the early stage of Stage 9 Inner Qi to the true energy stage. You even won the title of the Martial Arts Alliance Leader, Senior Divine Dragon. Your eyesight is not as good as before. I'm only at the peak of Stage 9 Inner Qi. Qin Feng didn't hide his strength because the divine dragon would find out when the battle started. A hint of doubt flashed across the divine dragon's black eyes. If you haven't broken through to the vital energy stage, how are you going to resolve the vital energy array I left on your face? Qin Feng had restored his original appearance at the Martial Arts Circle Convention, and he did not use a human skin mask to restore his appearance. The true Qi formation on his face had already been dissolved by Ouyang Feng. Who said that the true Qi array can only be dissolved by the realm of true Qi stage? Although I'm at the peak of Stage 9 Inner Qi, I'm strong enough to kill a true energy stage master. Do you think I can break your formation? Qin Feng didn't mention Ouyang Feng. The dragon god suddenly laughed. Good, good. It's been a long time since I've met such an arrogant and unruly young man in Huaxia. I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. Whether it's good or bad depends on whether the fist is hard enough. If the fist is hard enough, then it's good. If the fist isn't hard enough, then it's naturally bad. Not only had Qin Feng's martial cultivation realm improved greatly, but his outlook and thoughts had also reached a whole new level. The way the mystical dragon looked at Qin Feng had changed. He regretted letting Qin Feng go 3 months ago. It had only been 3 months, but the mystical dragon couldn't see through Qin Feng's transformation. Then, are your fists hard enough today? The mystical dragon's voice was cold. He was ready to attack. Qin Feng was already prepared. In a flash, he disappeared from where he stood. You'll know if it's hard or not when you try it. Rumble. As soon as the fist landed, the valley was filled with the sound of thunder and the roar of a tiger. The starlight glove on Qin Feng's right fist flickered. Every time Qin Feng entered the celestial dragon mountain, the system would disappear. This time, Qin Feng couldn't sense the existence of the system. However, he wasn't worried because he had stored all the spiritual equipment and pills in the Emerald Spirit Ring before he came here. I haven't seen you for 3 months, and your strength has improved by leaps and bounds. It's really eye-catching. Qin Feng's fist missed. The mystical dragon was nowhere to be seen. However, the mystical dragon's voice echoed in the valley. It was as if it came from all directions. Qin Feng couldn't be sure. Bang! As soon as the mystical dragon's voice fell, a gust of wind came from Qin Feng's back. Qin Feng was thrown into the air. Too bad you're still too weak. The mystical dragon appeared again and followed Qin Fen like a shadow. After slapping Qin Fen into the air, the mystical dragon kicked Qin Fen's back. Qin Fen was like a kite with a broken string. He flew higher and higher in the wind. Thud, thud, thud. The mystical dragon was running on the cliff. His speed and agility were as if he was running on flat ground. Just from this, one could tell that the mystical dragon was much more powerful than Ling Tianhai. Qin Fen couldn't control his body in the air. Just as he was about to fall, the mystical dragon slapped him again, slapping him even higher into the sky. Bang, bang, bang. Loud noises resounded. Qin Fen fell into an extreme predicament as soon as the battle started. He didn't even have the chance to fight back. He could only let the mystical dragon attack him. After a few slaps, Qin Fen was already at the top of the cliff. The mystical dragon suddenly sped up. He leaped above Qin Fen's head like a rock, spreading its wings, covering half of the silver moon. The mystical dragon ferociously stomped on Qin Fen's abdomen. Rumble. This stomp was like a landslide. Qin Fen turned into a small cannonball and fell rapidly from the top of the cliff. The mystical dragon leaped lightly and stood on the highest peak. Under the night sky, the mystical dragon became even more mysterious. His eyes gleamed as he stared at the flying Qin Fen. He shook his head and sighed, "Still too weak. I can't recommend you to master at this level." Boz. Just as the mystical dragon sighed in his heart, his eyes suddenly lit up. Qin Fen, who was descending rapidly, shot out thousands of golden rays from his body, illuminating the originally dark night. The dazzling light forced the mystical dragon to use his hands to shield his eyes. He squinted his eyes. Rumble. Qin Fen's body began to explode. The Vitra esoteric art suddenly activated and the invincible golden body appeared on Qin Fen's body. He fell from the bottomless abyss, but the moment he landed, he suddenly flipped over and stood steadily on the ground. Rumble. Both feet landed on the ground. With the soles of Qin Fen as the center, the ground around him instantly cracked. It was as if there was an earthquake. The crack spread rapidly and shook several peaks, causing gravel to roll down endlessly. Mystical dragon, is that all you've got? You can't even beat me to death when I let you. How dare you call yourself the #1 martial artist in the secular world of China? I think it's time for you to give up your position. His invincible golden body shone brightly, filling Qin Fen with confidence. The mystical dragon's face was as black as the bottom of a pot. He thought the battle was over, but Qin Fen came back to life. Ha! Interesting. It's more interesting this way. The mystical dragon's laughter lingered on the top of the cliff, but he had already appeared in front of Qin Fen. He launched a light palm attack, but it was imbued with the power of the mountains and rivers. Qin Fen could barely stand before the palm hit him. Rumble. Without any time to think, Qin Fen swung his fist. The fist and the palm collided, and Qin Fen was pushed back dozens of meters. The mystical dragon did not retreat at all. He chased after Qin Fen. He waved his hand, and several sword rays shot out from his sleeves. Black tortoise shield. Rumble. Qin Fen roared. It was as if a mountain had fallen in front of him. A 5-meter-tall shield appeared in front of Qin Fen. The shield was forged by an esteemed guest of the Black Tortoise Mountain Valley. It was indestructible. The tortoise shell was engraved with all kinds of abstruse ancient runes. At this moment, it was glowing with a mysterious dark brown light. The mystical dragon suddenly stopped in his tracks. A trace of bewilderment flashed across his face. The mystical dragon couldn't figure out where Qin Fen got such a huge shield. Could it be that this guy has a spatial ring? Or was he a space-type esper? Break! The mystical dragon didn't care how powerful Qin Fen was. He wanted to take him down today. A short sword glowing with blue light flew out from his sleeves and slashed at the black tortoise shield. Qin Fen remembered that the mystical dragon didn't even use his sword when he challenged him last time. He defeated Qin Fen with just 3 punches and 2 palms. This time, the mystical dragon had already used his sword. It seemed that Qin Fen's strength had increased by more than a little. Rumble. The mystical dragon's attacks were simple. His palm technique was so, and his sword technique was even more so. The seemingly casual slash of his sword set off an imposing aura that shook the mountains. Boulders tumbled down from the surrounding mountains, and dark clouds covered the moon. Even the weather was affected by this simple slash of his sword. A blue sword ray landed on the black tortoise shield. The mystical dragon sheathed his sword and stood with his hands behind his back. He seemed to be waiting for something to happen. After a while, the mystical dragon's expression changed drastically. He stared at the black tortoise shield and shouted, "This is a purple divine shield. You have so many treasures on you that I'm envious." Bang, bang, bang. The mystical dragon sheathed his sword. However, the explosions in the air didn't stop for a long time. It was as if there was an endless stream of sword chi landing on the black tortoise shield. The brown glow around the black tortoise shield became brighter and brighter, but it didn't change much under the powerful sword chi. However, upon closer inspection, there were some light sword marks left on the black tortoise shield. The mystical dragon's strength was shocking. Crackle. A ball of purple lightning suddenly condensed in mid-air and descended from the sky. Qin Fen was wrapped in a layer of purple battle armor that flowed with purple lightning. In the previous battle, the mystical dragon was struck by the lightning attribute of the purple thunder wild robe. This time, he was prepared and disappeared from the valley. No one knew where he was hiding. Bang! Dark clouds gathered in the sky and thunder rumbled. Lightning crisscrossed under the dark clouds. It was as if another bolt of purple lightning would strike down at any time. Qin Fen didn't dare to stay in one place. He kept changing his position and looked around. He couldn't find the mystical dragon. However, Qin Fen could feel the rapid changes in the airflow. He guessed that it was the strong wind caused by the mystical dragon's movement. Qin Fen, if you don't have these spiritual weapons, you won't be able to withstand a single blow. The mystical dragon's cold voice suddenly came from behind Qin Fen. Before Qin Fen could turn around and punch, a majestic chi enveloped his entire back. The sword chi surged towards him as if it was going to shatter the valley. Qin Fen instantly felt the threat of death. He didn't have time to think and leaped into the air. He transformed into a pink light and disappeared. Whoosh! The sound of wind breaking could be heard in the air. The ground where Qin Fen stood was blasted into a huge pit. If Qin Fen didn't dodge, it was hard to imagine whether his purple thunder wild robe and invincible golden body would be able to block the mystical dragon's explosive sword. The mystical dragon landed on the ground and stood at the edge of the huge pit. His calm and deep eyes flashed with a hint of astonishment. He raised his head and quickly looked around. All he saw was a flickering pink light. Even with his eyesight, he couldn't see the trajectory of the pink light. Qin Fen had also disappeared. He wondered what this pink light had to do with him. Bang! A bolt of purple lightning fell. The mystical dragon leaped into the air. The lightning landed beside his feet and almost struck him. Bang! As soon as he landed, another bolt of purple lightning came. The mystical dragon's expression changed drastically. He was actually forced by Qin Fen to the point where he could only dodge. Under the night sky, in the sky above the valley, Qin Fen stepped on the cosmic flying sword and moved rapidly. His purple thunder wild robe fluttered in the wind and his battle armor flickered with purple light. From time to time, lightning would strike down. Chapter 1056. Crackle. Dark clouds gathered under the night sky, and purple light shone brightly. Thunder rumbled in the valley as if the end of the world had come. The #1 cultivator of the Huaxia secular world dashed through the purple lightning, constantly changing his position. His white robe was stained with a layer of dust, and his flowing long hair was messy. He looked like he was in a sorry state. The divine dragon's eyes were bloodshot, and he gritted his teeth in anger. Ever since he stepped into the true chi stage, the divine dragon was invincible in the secular world. He had forgotten how many years it had been since he was in such a sorry state, but in the 2 battles with Qin Feng, he was beaten into a sorry state. Rumble. A new round of explosions resounded, and the divine dragon thrust his sword into the air. The pink light was too fast, and the divine dragon couldn't accurately hit Qin Feng. He could only stab at a rough location. Then, the sky was shrouded by sword chi, and a series of explosions resounded. Rumble. However, the pink light was still flickering. The divine dragon stabbed Qin Feng more than 10 times, but he couldn't hurt him at all. Qin Feng, why are you hiding? If you want to defeat me and find out your mother's whereabouts, then come out and fight me. Otherwise, you'll never get the answer. The divine dragon was enraged, and he roared at the sky. The pink light that was flickering back and forth in the valley suddenly stopped. The divine dragon seized this opportunity and flew away. He raised his sword and covered half of the sky with a layer of sword chi. Divine dragon, you're despicable. Qin Feng roared. This time, he couldn't dodge the sword chi in the surroundings. When the divine dragon mentioned Qin Feng's mother, Qin Feng's emotions fluctuated so much that he paused for a moment and revealed his location. Heaven burning blaze. Rumble. Qin Feng was enraged, and he charged toward the divine dragon's sword chi. The pair of heaven splitter axes in his hands instantly enlarged and shone with a deep blue radiance. It was as if he was holding 2 bicycle wheels in his hands. The sword chi and the axe chi collided, and the surroundings were filled with explosions. A few mountains collapsed. Qin Feng had just broken through to the pinnacle of stage 9 inner chi last night. Now that he used the raging flaming heaven burning technique again, its power was at least twice as strong. The 2 dragons formed by the 2 axe energies were even more lifelike. They roared as if they were alive. The explosion was so intense that even the dragon god had to retreat to avoid the center of the explosion. Qin Feng was a step too late. He was hit by the violent airflow and was sent flying. He coughed up a few mouthfuls of blood in midair. The golden light on his body shone even brighter, like a small moving sun. Fall. Just as the dragon god's feet touched the ground, another slash followed. Now, Qin Feng was still floating in midair. A hint of amusement flashed in the divine dragon's eyes. He was confident that he could end this battle with 1 strike. Rumble. The sword light disappeared in a flash, and the explosion had already spread. However, the mystical dragon's expression changed drastically, and he froze in midair. Qin Feng had disappeared before his eyes, and there was only air that had been pierced through and exploded at his previous position. There was a flash of pink light, and the mystical dragon really couldn't figure out what that was. Mystical dragon, your strength disappoints me. A cold voice came from behind, and the shock in the divine dragon's eyes intensified. It was already too late for him to dodge. His body suddenly exploded, and waves of majestic vital energy shot out. A layer of white mist enveloped the divine dragon and formed a circular barrier with a circumference of more than 10 meters. Surging true chi flowed ceaselessly within the barrier, emitting a milky white radiance. It made the divine dragon look holy and pure. It was as if Qin Fen had activated the Justice Halo badge. This was vital energy, so powerful and pure that it made Qin Fen gasp in admiration. The two of them had already landed on the ground, separated by more than 10 meters. Between the two of them, a pink short sword hovered over the divine dragon's chest. Qin Fen concentrated on controlling the flying sword to pierce through the divine dragon's heart, but the layer of vital energy barrier obstructed Qin Fen's intention. The flying sword trembled continuously, letting out sword cries, but it couldn't move an inch. The divine dragon seemed to have forgotten about Qin Fen's existence, and his eyes were fixed on the cosmic flying sword in front of him. His eyes shone brilliantly, as if he was admiring a peerless treasure. Flying sword. You actually have a flying sword. After the divine dragon saw the flying sword, he understood everything. No wonder Qin Fen's speed was so fast that even the divine dragon couldn't catch him. This flying sword was truly a peerless treasure. How many of them could there be in the entire martial arts world? Good lad, this flying sword is mine. After admiring it for a while, the divine dragon suddenly roared, and the vital energy in his body burst out, turning into thousands of sword chi that shot towards Qin Fen. With a loud boom, the 5-meter-tall black tortoise shield descended from the sky, blocking the thousands of sword chi in an instant. Just as the divine dragon's hand was about to grab the cosmic flying sword, a sword cry came from the void. A pink light flashed, and the flying sword had already shot into the void a few hundred meters away, disappearing with Qin Fen on it. Crackle! The purple lightning fell again, but the divine dragon didn't move an inch, letting the purple lightning strike his head. The layer of milky white vital energy barrier suddenly flashed, and the purple lightning disappeared. It actually couldn't penetrate the protective vital energy barrier. Qin Fen didn't dare to stop, and he continued to fly on the flying sword. He was shocked by the scene in front of him. Last time, the lightning attribute of the purple thunder wild robe was able to injure the divine dragon. Now, Qin Fen understood that whether it was the previous battle or this battle, the divine dragon didn't unleash his true strength. Bang! Bang! The effect of the purple thunder wild robe only lasted for half an hour. Seeing that the time limit was almost up, Qin Fen stepped on the flying sword and continuously struck lightning in the sky. The divine dragon stood there, not moving an inch. The vital energy barrier on his body shone brighter, and the purple lightning created dozens of pits of different sizes on the ground around the divine dragon. However, the area 10 meters around the divine dragon's feet didn't change at all. Qin Fen, you're only at the peak of stage 9 inner chi. How can you imagine the power of the true energy stage? It may seem like the difference of a stage, but it's like a chasm that can't be crossed. Many talented martial artists have spent their entire lives trying to understand the Tao and step into the true energy stage, but in the end, they couldn't endure it and their lifespans ran out. Even if I stand here and let you hit me for a day, how can you hurt me with your realm of inner chi? The divine dragon returned to his mysterious and cold appearance. His voice seemed to come from thousands of meters away, but it also sounded like he was talking to Qin Fen. The lightning attribute of the purple thunder wild robe had reached its limit. Qin Fen could only swing the heaven splitter axe to attack the divine dragon. However, the effect of the heaven splitter axe was slightly weaker than the purple lightning, and it didn't cause any damage to the divine dragon. The divine dragon's words angered Qin Fen, but he had to admit it. The difference between the true energy stage and the inner energy stage was like the difference between heaven and earth. Qin Fen was only able to kill Ling Tianhai not long ago in the Demon City by pure luck. That night, Ling Tianhai was confused by Qin Fen's wind blade technique and mistook it for a flying sword. Ling Tianhai channeled all his vital energy in front of him to block Qin Fen's attack, but he didn't expect the real flying sword to pierce through his back. The flying sword was Qin Fen's trump card, but he had to use it at the most unexpected time to deal a fatal blow to the enemy. However, because of the divine dragon's strength, Qin Fen had already used the flying sword to protect himself. Now, it was obviously not that easy to kill the divine dragon with the flying sword. Humph. Qin Fen, your strength is too low. You can't even bring out 1/10 of the power of such a high-grade celestial sword. What a waste of a precious treasure. The divine dragon roared angrily and suddenly disappeared into the distance. In this dark valley, Qin Fen couldn't pinpoint his location. The cosmic flying sword flashed rapidly. However, controlling this flying sword consumed a lot of energy and stamina. Qin Fen had already fought with the divine dragon for more than half an hour. The speed of the flying sword under his feet had obviously slowed down. Rumble. A loud sound spread out. Qin Fen felt a hurricane behind him. The hurricane was so strong that even the flying sword was a little out of control. Rumble. A loud sound also spread out from Qin Fen's body. The halo of justice was activated. The milky white light intertwined with the golden light of the invincible golden body, creating a strange halo effect. The chi of justice was not true energy, but it took the form of true energy. The divine dragon's sword aura dissipated more than half under the influence of the chi of justice. Qin Fen's thoughts moved slightly, and his figure once again disappeared into the night. Bang! At the same time, a blue light flashed across. The spirit snake whip fell from the sky and formed a layer of whip shadow above the divine dragon's head. Qin Fen changed into a new suit in an instant. The lightning attribute of the purple thunder wild robe had run out, and Qin Fen had the protection of the invincible golden body. He changed into the blood demon armor and rode on the fiery red flaming dragon horse. He waved the spirit snake whip in his hand and galloped on the cosmic flying sword. The divine dragon was stunned by the treasures on Qin Fen. This brat was practically a treasure trove. The lowest grade spiritual weapon he took out was a blue-grade spiritual weapon. Moreover, the sudden appearance and disappearance of so many spiritual weapons made the divine dragon even more certain that Qin Fen was most likely a space-type psychic. The mutant was a product of a foreign country. The William family was prosperous. It was extremely rare for a Chinese martial artist who practiced ancient martial arts to have a space elemental mutant. Hiss! The flaming dragon horse let out a long neigh and leaped down from the cosmic flying sword. Qin Fen rode on the flaming dragon horse as though he was a god of war riding on a celestial steed. The sound of swords rang out in all directions. The cosmic flying sword transformed into countless streaks of light and attacked the divine dragon with all its might. Qin Fen landed on the ground on the flaming dragon horse. The spirit snake whip in his hand filled the sky. He waved his left hand and the spear of rat halos pierced through the void. More than a dozen balls of destructive fire rained down from the sky. There were no dark clouds or thunder in the sky. However, the battle between Qin Fen and the divine dragon changed the weather. Dark clouds covered the moon. The already dark valley became so dark that one couldn't even see their own fingers. However, it was illuminated by the fiery rain and the golden light from Qin Fen's body. Qin Fen was like a ray of light in the dark night, a beacon in the middle of the night. He wasn't afraid of exposing his target because the attack of the flying swords and the destructive flames had caught the divine dragon off guard. The loud noises continued and the valley began to shake. The destructive fire was the true fire of 10,000 beasts. It was a level stronger than the true chi fire released by a true chi expert. The divine dragon didn't dare to take this kind of fire lightly. He used his true chi to protect himself from the attack of the fire. The flying sword took advantage of this and cut several wounds on the divine dragon's body. Roar! After fighting for a while, the divine dragon suddenly roared at the sky. His white robe was cut into pieces by the flying sword. It fluttered in the fierce wind. The milky white true chi on the divine dragon's body underwent a huge change. It was actually suffused with a red glow. His eyes that were as deep as the stars were filled with blood. His face was incomparably ferocious. He was like an ancient beast that had suddenly awakened. Qin Fen, you will die a horrible death today. The divine dragon's roar had just ended when his figure disappeared. In Qin Fen's line of sight, a red light flew towards him. It was almost as fast as the cosmic flying sword. Qin Fen's eyes flashed with shock. When he fought with the purple dragon at the Broken Cliff Mountain, he had entered a berserk state. Therefore, Qin Fen could clearly see that the divine dragon had also entered a berserk state. Moreover, he still had consciousness. In the Chinese martial arts world, cultivation was divided into martial cultivation, demonic cultivation, and evil cultivation. These were the three main cultivation systems. As for ghost cultivation and demonic cultivation, they also existed. However, because of their rarity, they weren't paid much attention. Chapter 1057. The divine dragon had been famous in China for more than 20 years. Countless people had challenged him during this period, but most of them were defeated in less than 10 moves. No one knew the true strength of the divine dragon because no one in the secular world could force the divine dragon to go all out, but Qin Feng did it. He was shocked to find out that the divine dragon, who was revered and feared by the secular world, was not a martial cultivator, but a demon cultivator. Demon cultivators were more powerful, but they were despised and rejected by orthodox martial cultivators because they could easily lose their sanity after becoming a demon. Ouyang Feng became a demon because he practiced the Nine Yin Sutra in reverse and went on a killing spree, which earned him the title of a demon. If one was careless, their nature would be devoured by the demonic nature. However, China had thousands of years of history, and there were still countless demon cultivators. Even though becoming a demon was risky, they could not resist the temptation of being powerful. Because once they succeeded in becoming a demon, their strength would be more than doubled. The divine dragon did it, and he successfully became a demon. He could still maintain his sanity after entering the state of a demon. Bang! There was a loud explosion, and the air several hundred meters in front of Qin Feng exploded. That layer of air turned into a vacuum. The sword chi surged towards Qin Feng at a speed faster than lightning and hit him instantly. The invincible golden body shone brightly, and the sound of metal clashing rang out. The Vitra esoteric technique was a supreme technique, and the invincible golden body was invincible under the stage of inner chi. However, Qin Feng felt like his body was going to explode when the divine dragon attacked him in the state of a demon. His invincible golden body was going to be destroyed by the divine dragon. Bang! Bang! Qin Feng had just landed on the ground when the second wave of sword chi arrived. The sword chi surged even more violently. Before it landed on Qin Feng's body, the ground started to shake. The black tortoise shield suddenly descended and covered Qin Feng's body. It was like a towering and unshakable mountain that blocked the sword chi of the mystical dragon. A loud sound rang out from the black tortoise shield. It was as if a cannon had exploded on the shield. The ground beneath Qin Feng collapsed, and cracks spread rapidly on the surface of the ground. Master, there are cracks on the black tortoise shield. It needs to be stored in the Million Treasure Pavilion as soon as possible. Otherwise, it will break. Little Pig's soft voice sounded in Qin Feng's mind. With a slight thought, the black tortoise shield immediately disappeared. At the same time, Qin Feng rode on the fire dragon and sped through the valley, dodging the sword chi that was constantly falling behind him. Little Pig, didn't I lose contact with the system? Qin Feng was puzzled. Master, I haven't figured out the situation yet. I lost contact with the system previously, but because the battle between Master and the Dragon God was too intense, it changed the magnetic field of this valley, and the system has a slight buzz buzz. Just as Little Pig was speaking, it suddenly went silent. Qin Feng used his mind to sense a few times and found that the system was in a state of disconnection again. The black tortoise shield had already been put back into the system by Qin Feng. Not only could the 10,000 Treasures Pavilion raise the quality of spirit weapons, it also had the ability to repair them. However, now that he had lost contact with the system again, he couldn't get the black tortoise shield out again. He couldn't use one of Qin Feng's defensive artifacts anymore. Bang 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 bang. Flaming Dragon Horse ran at its fastest speed, like a small rocket. The speed of the mystical dragon wasn't slow either. The ground behind Qin Feng exploded continuously, creating deep craters. Gravel and dust flew everywhere. The scene was as hot-blooded as a war scene. Rumble. Another loud sound rang out. This time, Flaming Dragon Horse's speed was a notch slower. The air current from the explosion hit the horse's leg, and Flaming Dragon Horse immediately fell to the ground. Qin Feng was also flung away, unable to control his body in midair. Swoosh! A pink light flashed, and Qin Feng and Flaming Dragon Horse disappeared at the same time. Flaming Dragon Horse was put back into the Emerald Spirit Ring. Qin Feng stepped on the cosmic flying sword and dodged the disaster. Hundreds of sword chi condensed at the place where he fell, and the air there exploded into a vacuum. Qin Feng stepped on the cosmic flying sword and fled. Everywhere he went, the ground would explode, and the valley would tremble. Flying rocks fell, and it felt like a huge earthquake had occurred. Qin Feng was in a sorry state. He took out a handful of elixirs from time to time and poured them into his mouth. Controlling the cosmic flying sword consumed a lot of inner chi and mental power. Qin Feng felt that he couldn't hold on any longer. Roar roar. Suddenly, a furious roar came from the valley. It was as if another ancient beast had awakened. The blood demon armor on Qin Feng's body flowed with bright red blood. The pure spiritual blood of a super beast in the armor was activated by Qin Feng. At this moment, he seemed to have transformed into an ancient beast. Bang! Just as Qin Feng activated the pure spiritual blood of a super beast, a red figure flew over and crashed into Qin Feng. The divine dragon and Qin Feng landed on the cliff behind them. The mountain peak that reached into the clouds was smashed into a huge crater, and it started to shake slightly. Qin Feng's back sank into the cliff. The blood demon armor on his body shone with a dazzling red light. Suddenly, he swung his fist. The power of the special Thunder Tiger fist was enhanced, and it was as if a wild beast was roaring. Rumble. The divine dragon didn't dodge. He met the attack head-on with his palm. When the fist and palm collided, Qin Feng sank a few meters deeper into the cliff. The divine dragon was also sent flying by the punch, and he lost his direction in the gale. Roar roar. Qin Feng and the divine dragon were roaring furiously. They were like two wild beasts fighting for a territory. The divine dragon who had entered a state of madness was extremely powerful. However, Qin Feng, who had activated the pure spiritual blood of a super beast in the blood demon armor, had also become crazy. The two of them fought from long range to close range. In the end, they fought with their fists. Rumble. There was another loud sound. Qin Feng stood up from the cliff. The rocks fell on Qin Feng, but he didn't move at all. His eyes were focused on searching the dark valley. Whoosh! Soon, a red light flashed. The divine dragon's figure was getting closer and closer, like a cannonball. Qin Feng had already punched out, smashing the falling boulders. These boulders instantly changed direction, all shooting towards the flying mystical dragon like cannons shooting out. Bang, bang, bang. The air was pierced by the rocks, and there was a sharp sound. The divine dragon sprinted on the cliff, constantly changing its position like a nimble gorilla. In a few breaths, it had climbed to the mountainside. Qin Feng, let's see how you dodge this time. The divine dragon roared angrily. Then, he leaped and appeared in front of Qin Feng. The divine dragon gathered strong true qi on his hands. It was as if he was holding two small suns and slammed them towards Qin Feng. Qin Feng's expression was ferocious. He waved his hand and suddenly, a dazzling blue spear appeared on his shoulder. This was the StarTech blue laser gun that the system had rewarded him with when he completed the Alliance Master of Martial Arts quest. A blue dragon was engraved on the body of the gun, and the muzzle was the dragon's mouth. Although Qin Feng had never used it before, he could already feel the power of this StarTech blue laser gun. The divine dragon's figure suddenly stopped, and panic flashed in his blood-red eyes. In the previous battle, Qin Feng used the Starlight Gauntlet to injure the divine dragon. The starlight emitted by the Starlight Gauntlet was so powerful that the divine dragon was still scared when he thought about it. When he saw this strangely shaped spear again, the divine dragon realized that danger was coming. He retracted his palms and prepared to leave quickly. Rumble. However, Qin Feng had already pulled the trigger. A beam of green light shot out with an aura that could destroy heaven and earth. In an instant, the airflow within a radius of 100 meters was completely changed. The recoil of Star Technology's blue light laser gun was enormous. With one shot, Qin Feng was forced back 2 steps. As for Shenron, who was running away, he was hit by the air current from the explosion. He was sent flying into the ground and sank into an enormous pit. Rumble. However, Qin Feng did not stop. He stood on the 100-meter-high mountain, aimed the muzzle at the pit, and fired another shot. At the same time, the originally deep pit sank even deeper. Even the surrounding ground started to shake. The pits of different sizes were as spectacular as the craters on the surface of the moon. Rumble. The spear strike caused a huge tremor, and the rumbling continued for a long time without stopping. Dust flew up from the ground, and Qin Feng couldn't see the situation in the deep pit. However, he could sense that the divine dragon had escaped. That spear strike didn't kill the divine dragon. Qin Feng was well prepared for this battle with the divine dragon. The Emerald Spirit Ring was filled with treasures. Qin Feng immediately took out the night vision goggles and wore them on his face. The pitch-black valley became as bright as day. Swoosh! The sword whistled. Qin Feng stepped on the starry sky flying sword and disappeared in a streak of pink light. After a while, he appeared under a cliff hundreds of meters away. The divine dragon was lying at the bottom of the cliff. His clothes had long been blown to pieces. His skin was charred black, and his hair was messy. He no longer had the majesty of a divine dragon. If the martial artists of the secular world of Huaxia saw him now, they would definitely have a heart attack. This was the divine dragon, the invincible god of war that the martial artists of the secular world conferred as a god. However, at this moment, he was lying on the ground in exhaustion. He looked like he was at Qin Feng's mercy. The red light on his body disappeared, and the blood in his eyes faded. He had exhausted his demonic nature, but he still could not defeat Qin Feng. Divine Dragon, you have lost this battle. Qin Feng looked at the divine dragon coldly. The divine dragon did not have the slightest fear in the face of death. He sneered and said, "No matter how powerful a person is, there will be a day when he loses. Your realm is very ordinary, but you have a lot of treasures. Even if you defeat me, I have no regrets." Qin Feng did not care about the divine dragon's sarcasm. He did not defeat the divine dragon for fame or anything else. He only wanted to know the whereabouts of his mother. A defeat is a defeat. There are no excuses. According to our previous agreement, if you lose, you have to tell me where my mother is. Tell me now, or I will blow you up with a single shot. Qin Feng did not show the slightest bit of nervousness or fear in the face of the top powerhouse of the secular world of Huaxia. Instead, he had the aura of a supreme being, as if he was the true pinnacle. The divine dragon had stood at the top of the martial arts for more than 20 years. The sudden defeat made him very angry. He looked calm on the surface, but how could he accept this kind of defeat? Looking at Qin Feng's arrogant and domineering attitude, the divine dragon sneered and said, "Do you really want to know where your mother is? Even if I tell you, I'm afraid you won't be able to find her because she died 20 years ago." Boom! As soon as the divine dragon finished speaking, a violent explosion came from Qin Feng's body. His mind felt as if it had exploded, becoming completely blank. Ever since Qin Feng had obtained the Hedonist sovereign system, he had continuously worked hard to complete quests. He wanted to quickly become more powerful. The reason why he worked so hard was because he wanted to stabilize the Qin family's power, find his mother, and have his family reunite. Qin Feng was not afraid of the powerful opponents and enemies behind him. He was only afraid that his mother was no longer in this world. Now that he heard the divine dragon's words, Qin Feng went completely crazy. The last bit of faith in his heart seemed to collapse at this moment. So what if he became stronger? So what if he had the system? So what if he was the number one in the secular world? So what if he was the leader of the martial arts world? Chapter 1058. Qin Feng had gone mad. He had entered a demonic state. The blood demon armor on his body was drenched in blood, as if it was about to drip onto the ground. His eyes were bloodshot, and the flames of anger burned within them. At this moment, Qin Feng had lost all rationality. He only wanted to kill everyone in the world, and make them accompany his mother in death. Not dead, my mother is not dead. You bastard, I'm going to kill you. Rumble. Qin Feng leaped into the air. His long hair was messed up by the wind and his eyes were bloodshot. But in the next moment, he landed on the divine dragon. A loud explosion sounded. The divine dragon did not have the ability to dodge at all. He fell into a deep pit. Blood spurted out of the divine dragon's mouth. Even his ears, eyes, and nostrils were bleeding. Qin Feng was like a crazed beast, and the divine dragon was like a demon. Bang! The aftermath of the explosion spread. Qin Feng's figure flew up again. Behind him was the crescent moon. The moonlight shone on Qin Feng's face, making him look eerie. He hovered in the air for a second, then shot down again, Before his feet landed on the divine dragon's chest, a strange melody floated in the quiet valley. At the foot of a cliff, there was a Chinese zither. Beside the zither sat a woman in a red robe. She had fair skin and was as beautiful as a fairy. Her slender fingers stroked the zither, as if a celestial being was composing a poem. The melody was long and distant. It was soft at first, as if it came from a faraway place. But in the next moment, it rushed into Qin Feng's ears and reverberated in his mind. Qin Feng's mind was not clear in his demonic state. When the melody entered his mind, Qin Feng's eyes glazed over. He suddenly lost control of his body. The inner qi under his feet that was about to step on the divine dragon's chest disappeared, and he fell on his butt next to the divine dragon. The divine dragon was severely injured. He could not kill Qin Feng even if he saw Qin Feng lying next to him. When the music started, the divine dragon's expression changed. He no longer paid attention to Qin Feng. Instead, he looked at the woman in red at the foot of the cliff. Schwacker, who told you to come here? Leave now. The divine dragon roared with all his might. The woman playing the Chinese zither at the foot of the cliff was China's A-list celebrity, Xue Er. Brother. You're the only family I have left in this world. I don't want to see you die. If you want to die, let's die together. Xue Er's expression did not change. As she spoke, she continued to play the zither in a serious manner. Her hands were fair and slender, and she exuded the aura of a fairy. It was rare to see a fairy like her in all of China. However, at that moment, Xue Er's brows were tightly furrowed, as though she was facing a formidable foe. Xue Er, listen to your brother and leave. Qin Feng is too powerful. You can't control him. When he wakes up, you'll die too. The fearless divine dragon's expression changed drastically at this moment. Everyone had their own reverse scale and a weak side hidden in their hearts. This was the weakness of humans. Everyone would inevitably have some weaknesses. Even a powerhouse like the divine dragon could not escape the shackles of kinship. In this world, Xue Er only had the divine dragon as her family. Similarly, the divine dragon also only had Xue Er as his family. The siblings had depended on each other since young. Now that the divine dragon stood at the pinnacle of martial arts in the secular world, his only wish was for his sister to live a peaceful and happy life. However, Xue Er did not seem to hear the divine dragon's words. She played the zither faster and faster, and the valley was filled with magical music. Even though Xue Er was a weak girl who knew nothing about martial arts, she was able to control Qin Feng's mind with her zither. She even caused the magnetic field and airflow in the valley to change drastically, causing the entire valley to shake. This was because the zither in Xue Er's hand was no ordinary zither. It was a spiritual instrument purchased from the ultimate star system. Xue Er was not an ordinary weak girl, but the owner of the ultimate star system. Little sister, what are you hiding from me? Why do you want to be a star? Why can you control Qin Feng? The divine dragon knew that Xue Er would not leave, so he asked the question that had been on his mind for the past year. The divine dragon knew the dangers of the martial arts world and the cunning of the metropolis. Therefore, he had always protected Xue Er. He only wanted his sister to live a peaceful life as an ordinary person. However, Xue Er insisted on becoming a star a year ago, and the divine dragon had always rejected her. In the end, Xue Er relied on her own hard work and no one's help to become a top celebrity in China. The divine dragon could not understand his little sister. He felt that she was as mysterious as Qin Feng. A sheen of sweat formed on Xue Er's forehead. She felt that she could no longer control Qin Feng. When she realized that she and her brother were going to die today, Xue Er decided to reveal the secret that she had kept hidden for more than a year. Brother, do you believe in the existence of the system? Xue Er's voice was hollow, and there was a hint of nervousness in it. Others might have been overjoyed to receive the system, but not Xue Er. She had always listened to her brother since she was young. She wanted to obediently follow her brother's orders and be an ordinary girl. However, the system had chosen her. Xue had to complete the mission, or she would die. The night she received the system, Xue Er cried the entire night. She could not sleep, and she had nightmares every night. She did not want to have something in her head. She did not want the ultimate star system to disrupt her peaceful and blissful life. The divine dragon was stunned. He asked in confusion, "System? What's that?" "Brother. The system is a very mysterious thing. It cannot even be explained with the current science on Earth. It exists in my head, and it will give me missions. I must complete these missions, and then I will receive unexpected rewards. These rewards are very powerful. The zither in my hand is a reward from the ultimate star system." Xue said a lot because she was afraid that her brother would not believe her or think that she was crazy. The expression on the divine dragon's face changed again and again, from shock and disbelief at first, to worry later, and finally, to realization. The mystical dragon understood many things. He knew why Master would ask him to pay attention to some people every once in a while and then suppress their growth. Qin Fen was one of them. So, Qin Fen was also the owner of the system. Qin Feng also has the system. The divine dragon asked. Him too. Shua said, brother asked me to go to Hong Kong to get in touch with Qin Feng. At that time, I discovered Qin Feng's secret. No wonder he turned from a spoiled brat to a martial arts powerhouse in half a year. He had the system's help. But the system is too mysterious. I was afraid that brother wouldn't believe me even if I told him. I've been hiding the system from him all this time. I only told him today when I was at my wit's end. I hope brother won't blame me. The divine dragon understood everything. The shock in his heart had not yet faded. The divine dragon did not have a system. He only found out about it today. The divine dragon was very curious about the system. What was it? How could it make a normal person so powerful? Then, Qin Feng's flying sword, purple equipment, and high-grade martial arts techniques were all obtained from the system. It seemed like the system was really amazing, brother. Go, I can't hold on any longer. Shua suddenly yelled. She felt that Qin Feng was trying to break free from her control. Of course, the mystical dragon wouldn't leave. He wanted to persuade his sister to leave again, but at this moment, Qin Feng suddenly roared into the sky. The lion's roar shook the entire valley. Rocks fell, and a few of them almost hit Shua's head. Shua, you're here. What's your relationship with the divine dragon? Qin Feng regained his senses and walked out of his frenzied state. However, Qin Feng did not hear the conversation between Shua and the divine dragon. He had been looking for Shua recently. He did not expect Shua to be on the divine dragon's side. Ah! Brother, go, I'll hold Qin Feng back. Shua screamed when she saw Qin Feng awake. Qin Feng was stunned. Shua called brother divine dragon. She was the divine dragon's sister? This relationship confused Qin Feng. Before Snow's fingers could touch the zither, Qin Feng leaped into the air and caught her in his arms. You'd better not move, or else I'll snap your neck, he said. You'd better not move. Shua was the first person Qin Feng had met who possessed a system. Moreover, she was the divine dragon's sister. Qin Feng would not go easy on Shua. She had almost killed Qin Feng in Hong Kong with her demonic tunes. Qin Feng grabbed Shua by the back of her neck, and a layer of inner chi floated above his palm. Qin Feng, don't do anything rash. You can kill me anytime you want. Shua has nothing to do with this. Let her go. The divine dragon was scared out of his wits. It was Qin Feng's first time seeing the divine dragon so nervous. It's not up to you whether I kill her or not. Back in Hong Kong, didn't you send Shua to test me? If Shua is the owner of a system, then so are you. Qin Feng's mind was full of thoughts. He suspected that the divine dragon also had a system. But this time, Qin Feng was overthinking. Before the divine dragon could say anything, Shua suddenly unbuckled the belt around her waist. The fiery red robe slid down Shua's smooth, fair shoulders and fell to the soles of her feet. The inside was a vacuum, and it was beautiful. Shua turned around and threw herself into Qin Feng's arms. She stood on her tiptoes and planted a kiss on Qin Feng's lips. Qin Feng, let go of my brother. I'm willing to serve you. This is my first time. Shua's sudden action stunned Qin Feng and the divine dragon. The divine dragon was so angry that he vomited blood. He would rather be killed than see his sister's body ruined in order to save him. Shua knew that Qin Feng was a dissolute and hedonistic playboy, so she had no choice but to use her seductive technique. This was all she could do. "Don't move, or I'll kill the divine dragon right now." Qin Feng's heart raced as he was enveloped by her soft fragrance. He had to admit that Shua was a stunner. No man could resist her charm. But Qin Feng was no ordinary man. He would not be brainwashed by her beauty. He pushed Shua away, picked up the red robe from the ground, and tossed it over. "Put on your clothes first." Both Shua and the divine dragon were stunned by Qin Feng's reaction. Shua's beautiful face blushed. She was one of the most popular celebrities in China. Many rich young masters and big bosses wanted to spend the night with her, but Shua had rejected them all. Shua was the dream lover of thousands of men. She kept her chastity pure and innocent. This was the first time she had offered herself to a man, but she was rejected. "Qin Feng, as long as you let go of my sister, I'll tell you everything about your mother." The divine dragon recovered from his momentary daze. Qin Feng's eyes lit up, and he leaped to the divine dragon's feet. "Tell me, where is my mother now?" Qin Feng was so nervous that his body was trembling. Shua had already rushed over. She helped the divine dragon lean against the edge of the cliff. She looked at Qin Feng with a pleading expression. "See, can you give my brother some healing pills? Since I've hugged you naked, I'm yours from now on. I'm willing to exchange my life for my brother's. Please let my brother go, young hero Qin Feng." Qin Feng looked at Shua, his heart pounding. With a flip of his hand, Qin Feng tossed 2 chi-strengthening pills to the divine dragon. For a divine dragon of his level, a Tier 4 spirit pill could only be taken as a healing pill. P.S. Oh my god. The dog abuse festival is here. Woof woof woof. Chapter 1059. Qin Feng was not worried that the divine dragon would regain his strength and attack him after eating the chi-strengthening pill. This was because the divine dragon was lucky to be alive after being shot by the Star Technologies blue laser gun. Now that the divine dragon was seriously injured, it was impossible for him to recover in a short period of time. The divine dragon swallowed the chi-strengthening pill and sat cross-legged to recuperate. Then, he opened his eyes and looked at Qin Feng. His complexion looked better. "Qin Feng, if you want to know where your mother is, let Shua go first." The divine dragon realized that he was going to die today. He was not afraid of death, but he was afraid that Qin Feng would kill Shua as well. Qin Feng was anxious to know where his mother was. He looked at Shua and said, "Go." However, Shua lunged forward and held on to the divine dragon's arm. She said firmly, "Brother. Since I'm here, I won't leave. If I die, let's die together." The divine dragon was very touched, but he also felt helpless. He knew Shua's temper. Once she had made up her mind, she could not change it. With a sigh, the divine dragon looked at Qin Feng and said, 20 years ago, there was a sudden upheaval in the pugilistic world. All the hidden sects of the pugilistic world came out and entered the mundane world in search of a treasure. The divine dragon's expression suddenly became blank. It was as if he had returned to 20 years ago. Qin Feng's expression became extremely solemn when he saw that the divine dragon was talking about serious matters. In the empty and quiet valley at night, there was only the sound of the wind and the divine dragon's ancient voice that seemed to come from thousands of miles away. That was the craziest year in the pugilistic world. The normal order of life in the mundane world was disrupted. Most of the people living in the mundane world were ordinary people. They did not expect that there would be such a group of powerful masters in Huaxia. These people were as powerful as the masters in wuxia novels. They could leap onto roofs and vault over walls, and even release ice and fire with their bare hands. The ordinary people in the mundane world were frightened. The Huaxia government was furious. They mobilized the Dragon Sect and the Martial Art Alliance to suppress the forces of the pugilistic world. Unfortunately, that treasure seemed to be too powerful. It made the martial artists of the pugilistic world lose their minds. In the end, they fought with the government head-on. In that battle, the flames of war reached the sky. The battle situation was very intense, but even more tragic. Both the foreign martial arts world and the Huaxia government suffered heavy losses, but no one was willing to give in. It was as if they wanted to fight to the death. In the end, my master asked me to come out of seclusion and help the Huaxia government to stop the crazy invasion of the outer martial arts world. At that time, I had just broken through to the true Qi stage and was one of the strongest in the outer martial arts world. Under my leadership, the Huaxia government turned the tide of the battle. The outer martial arts world suffered heavy losses and had no choice but to retreat into the mountains. This battle started because of that mysterious treasure, and the owner of that treasure was your mother, the genius disciple of the Thousand Shadows sect, Qingying. The divine dragon told Qin Fen and Shuai about the incident that happened 20 years ago. At that time, the two of them had just been born. They didn't expect such a huge war to break out between the martial arts world and the secular world of Huaxia. Qin Fen quickly regained his senses and asked, "Then after you quelled the war, where did my mother go?" The divine dragon's expression was still in a daze. He shook his head and said, "Your mother hid the treasure and caused a disturbance in the outer martial arts world. After I defeated the forces of the outer martial arts world, the Huaxia government asked me to find your mother." Even the Huaxia government was tempted by such a powerful treasure, but I couldn't find your mother. Later on, I heard my master mention her. Maybe my master knows what happened after that. After that battle, the divine dragon became famous in the secular world of Huaxia. The Dragon Gate gave the Divine Dragon Mountain to the Divine Dragon and gave him the title of Divine Dragon King. From then on, the Divine Dragon guarded the Divine Dragon Mountain and protected the peace and stability of the secular world of Huaxia. As for the aftermath of the chaos in the martial arts world and Qingying's whereabouts, the Divine Dragon really didn't know. A hint of disappointment flashed in Qin Fen's eyes. He thought he could find out his mother's whereabouts after he defeated the Divine Dragon. He didn't expect the Divine Dragon to be so clueless. Qin Fen suddenly looked at the Divine Dragon with a sharp glint in his eyes. "Are you lying to me? You said you knew my mother's whereabouts before. Why can't you tell me where she is now? Tell me where my mother is, or I'll stab you to death." Qin Fen couldn't calm himself down when talking about his mother. He gripped the cosmic flying sword in his hand and glared at the divine dragon with a ferocious expression. "Qin Fen, I beg you, don't kill my brother." Shuai had already pounced into Qin Fen's arms and hugged him tightly. She cried like a rainman. The icy aura around Qin Fen dissipated a little. He actually sympathized with Shuai. Back at the hotel in Hong Kong, Qin Fen used the lion's roar to make Shuai unconscious. That night, Shuai revealed the secret and pain in her heart. Qin Fen kept the flying sword and gently pushed Shuai away. He continued to stare at the divine dragon and said, "You better tell me the truth. Otherwise, I won't let you go." The divine dragon looked at Shuai and Qin Fen with a strange expression. No one knew what he was thinking. "I'm telling the truth. There's no need for me to lie to you. For the past 20 years, I've been thinking about what that treasure is. Why it could cause the entire martial arts world to go crazy. Today, I finally understand. That treasure is the system. You and Shuai both have systems. When Shuai told the Divine Dragon about the secret of the system, the Divine Dragon understood many things. Qin Fen's expression changed. He was brainwashed by the demonic voice and did not hear the conversation between the Divine Dragon and Shuai. Now that he knew the secret of the system was exposed, Qin Fen felt such danger for the first time. What did you say? You know the secret of my system. Then don't blame me. You must die today. The system was Qin Fen's biggest secret. Now, he was sure that the Divine Dragon and Shuai knew this secret. His body suddenly emitted a turbulent aura. The Divine Dragon's expression was calm. He had long disregarded life and death. Shuai trembled in fear and hugged Qin Fen tightly again. Qin Fen, I actually knew the secret of your system back in Hong Kong, but I swore I never told anyone. Just now, I thought Big Brother and I were going to die here, so I told him the secret. Please don't kill Big Brother. He won't tell anyone. After removing her identity as the owner of the ultimate superstar system, Cher was just a little girl in her 20s. When she encountered things, she would be nervous and afraid. She only had her big brother as her family in this world, so she often felt like she had no one to rely on. When Qin Feng saw her weak emotions, his heart softened. Qin Fen, you can kill me, but now is not the time. I know many things, and I have many questions in my heart. If your mother escaped with the system, why did the system appear on you? Could it be that your mother placed the system on you? Then what is the system? Don't they need standards to choose their masters? The Divine Dragon's question stunned Qin Fen. Wasn't this a question that Qin Fen often asked after he obtained the system? Qin Fen had asked Little Pig many times about the system's secrets and origins, but Little Pig didn't have the authority to answer Qin Fen. Unless Qin Fen became a level 9 hedonist sovereign or spent 1 billion hedonist points to unlock the system's secrets. Qin Fen also thought that the treasure his mother had with her back then was the system. Did the hedonist sovereign system not recognize a master in his mother's mind 20 years ago? Why did the hedonist sovereign system choose him as its host? Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon were deep in thought. Shuai's expression also became confused. As the owner of the ultimate superstar system, she often thought about these questions. Shuai, how did you get the system? Qin Fen suddenly looked at Shuai. Shuai suddenly woke up with a start. She looked a little flustered. I don't know. Just over a year ago, when I was about to sleep at night, a cold electronic voice appeared in my head, and then I got the ultimate superstar system. Actually, I don't want the system. I want it to disappear from my head, but that's impossible. Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon were speechless. Most people would love to get the system so that they could quickly become stronger, but Shuai was unhappy after getting the system. The three of them became even more confused. They couldn't understand the reason for the system's appearance. The Divine Dragon was a genius disciple from the inner hidden sections. He was experienced and knowledgeable, so he looked at things from a different perspective. This is bad. From the looks of it, China is huge, and there are more than 5 billion people. You two aren't the only ones who have the system. Maybe there are other people who have the system. So where did the system come from? With Earth's current technology, even America can't develop such advanced technology. Then, could the person who created the system be on Earth? Could it be from an alien planet? The Divine Dragon's imagination ran wild. Qin Fen and Shuai were dumbfounded. However, the two of them quickly came back to their senses. Actually, Qin Fen and Shuai had also thought of the Divine Dragon's idea. It was just that they were in the 21st century, and Qin Fen and Shuai didn't believe in the existence of an alien civilization. However, when the Divine Dragon seriously mentioned this possibility, Qin Fen and Shuai began to seriously think about it. What if it really was an alien technology? What if the person who created the system discovered Earth? That would be a disaster for the entire planet. Under the night sky, only the sound of the wind could be heard in the valley. Qin Fen, and Shuai were deep in thought. They looked nervous and panicked. Qin Fen and the Divine Dragon were the strongest in the martial arts world. They weren't afraid of Huaxia's martial artists. Even the old monsters from the inner hidden sects were not enough to make them tremble in fear. However, the problem had been elevated to the level of Star Wars. Why did it feel like they were adapting a script? Shuai, your Supreme Superstar system also has a system soul, right? Qin Fen looked at Shuai again. Shuai had nothing to hide from Qin Fen now. With a thought, a pink squirrel landed on Shuai's shoulder. This is the flower squirrel, my system's soul. Qin Fen looked at the cute flower squirrel. However, the flower squirrel seemed to be afraid of Qin Fen. It curled up and hid in Shuai's hair. With a thought, Little Pig jumped out. This is Little Pig, my system's soul. Qin Fen and Shuai each summoned an adorable pet out of thin air. They even spoke some professional terms about the system. This confused the Divine Dragon. Little Pig seemed to be very interested in the flower squirrel. After a moment of hesitation, it jumped onto Shuai's shoulder. It burrowed into her curly hair and started playing with the flower squirrel. Did you ask the flower squirrel about the origin of the system? Qin Fen asked. Shuai nodded and said, I did, but my Supreme Superstar level is too low. The flower squirrel has no right to tell me. Shuai's situation was exactly the same as Qin Fen's. Qin Fen was now sure that Shuai's system and his system were the same series. They were both Supreme Superstar systems. This meant that the person who developed this system must be the same group or person. It seemed like the system's developer was too powerful. Qin Fen, the flower squirrel told me to rely on you. No, otherwise, you'll devour my system and I'll die. Is this true? Shuai suddenly looked at Qin Fen nervously. She looked like a frightened little girl next door. Qin Fen couldn't bear it anymore. The flower squirrel was telling the truth because Little Pig had warned Qin Fen. Chapter 1060. Qin Fen looked at Little Pig, who was happily playing with the flower squirrel on the ground. He was speechless. That flower squirrel is a female, right? Little Pig was stunned for a moment. Master, you can even tell. Qin Fen curled his lips. Do you not distinguish between species in the animal world? How did you befriend a squirrel? Little Pig's chubby cheeks flushed red. He glared at Qin Fen and said angrily, Master, your thoughts are too filthy. Flower Squirrel and I are just friends with benefits. Ahem, just friends. If Master subdues Snow, Master will receive rewards from Snow for completing quests. Snow will also help Master complete quests. Simply put, your systems are connected, and you can help each other. Little Pig's chubby cheeks flushed red. Little Pig went back to playing with the flower squirrel. Qin Fen did not pay any more attention to the perverted pig. Cher was still in Qin Fen's arms. She realized that Qin Fen was actually quite kind. She had already decided to exchange her life for her brother's and her own. Divine Dragon, who is your master? Qin Fen returned to the main topic. Divine Dragon's expression changed slightly. A complicated look flashed across his starry eyes. The chief of the Huaxia Martial Arts Alliance is my master. Qin Fen was stunned. Master Dragon God's reputation was really big. The Martial Art Alliance was the bridge between the martial artists of the secular world and the martial artists of the outer martial arts world. Any martial artist from Huaxia would basically purchase cultivation materials from the Martial Art Alliance or take on missions to hone their realm. It was also Cher's first time hearing Divine Dragon mention his master. She did not know him before. How do I find him? Qin Fan only wanted to find out his mother's whereabouts as soon as possible. As for how powerful his master was, Qin Fan would not back down. Master is very secretive. Every time, he looks for me because he wants to see me. I can't find him. You can go to the Martial Art Alliance and ask around. Maybe you can find some clues, Shenlong said. Qin Fan was speechless. After all this time, there was still no news of his mother's whereabouts. In the end, he still had to find the mystical dragon's master after defeating him. However, it wasn't all for naught. As Qin Feng became stronger, the opponents he encountered became stronger as well. He felt that there was an earth-shattering secret behind the incident caused by his mother 20 years ago. Qin Feng seemed to have touched the edge, but he still couldn't solve the riddle. However, he would continue to investigate. He must find his mother and solve the secret of the system. In the end, you still haven't given me the answer I want, so there's no need for me to keep you. After Qin Fan finished speaking, he suddenly stood up and looked down at the Divine Dragon. Not long ago, this supreme expert of the secular world had been defeated by Qin Fan. Shuai had been in a state of anxiety, afraid that Qin Fan would kill her brother. When she saw Qin Fan pointing his dagger at the dragon, Shuai suddenly stood up and spread her arms in front of the dragon. If you want to kill my brother, you'll have to kill me first. Shuai's expression was unwavering. The Divine Dragon struggled to his feet and walked to the edge of the cosmic flying sword. Qin Fan, you're the undisputed strongest expert of the secular world. Since I've been defeated by you, you can kill me if you want, but I have a secret that I can tell you in exchange for my little sister Shuai's life. Spit it out. Qin Fan said coldly. Actually, I've been observing you since a long time ago. I even arranged for Qin Shao to suppress you. I wanted to see how fast you could grow, and I wanted to force you to reveal your secret. However, it wasn't my idea to do all of this. It was my master who instructed me to do so. Apart from you, my master would also instruct me to observe and cultivate a person every once in a while. I didn't understand it before, but I've figured it out now. Those people are all people with systems. The secret revealed by the Divine Dragon shocked Qin Fan and Shuai. Did this mean that the Divine Dragon's master knew about the existence of the system and was purposely nurturing the possessor of the system? What a terrible news it was. Who is your master? What's his name? He's Ling Jiutian, the vice sect leader of the Stellar Sect, a hidden sect in the outer martial world. Stellar Sect. You're also a disciple of the Stellar Sect. Qin Fan was shocked again. That's right. I'm also a disciple of the Stellar Sect. My Taoist name in the sect is Ling Long. Qin Fan had just returned from the Outer Martial Arts Conference, and he was in a heated argument with the Stellar Sect. He didn't expect the Divine Dragon and his master to be disciples of the Stellar Sect. Qin Fan couldn't let the Divine Dragon live anymore. I have a deep grudge against the Stellar Sect. It looks like you're going to die today. A violent aura erupted from Qin Fan's body, and he thrust his dagger at the Divine Dragon. Shuai was so frightened that her face turned pale. Disregarding her own life, she leaped at Qin Fan's dagger. The Divine Dragon screamed when he saw the dagger was about to pierce through Shuai's heart, but he couldn't stop it. Even Qin Fan frowned. He had a good impression of Shuai, and Little Pig had also suggested that he subdue Shuai. Rumble. A loud explosion rang out, and the cliff behind the Divine Dragon suddenly exploded. At the crucial moment, Qin Fan's dagger deviated, and the dagger landed on the mountain peak. Shuai fell into Qin Fan's arms. She wasn't wearing anything under her fiery red qipao, but Qin Fen could feel her warmth and softness. The atmosphere froze. The divine dragon and Shuai thought they were going to die, but after a while, they realized they were still alive. Shuai looked at Qin Fen gratefully, stood on her tiptoes, and kissed Qin Fen on the lips. Qin Fen, please don't kill my brother. I'm willing to serve you with everything I have. You can do whatever you want. Shuai's beauty was on par with Zhao Lingxian and the other women. She made Qin Fen's body burn with desire, but he didn't mess around with her. He gently pushed her away, and his gaze fell on the divine dragon again. Actually, I'm not a member of the Stellar Sect anymore. I've been staying on the Divine Dragon Mountain for the past 20 years, protecting the peace and stability of Huaxia. I haven't returned for 20 years, so I've probably been forgotten by the sect leader and elders. The Divine Dragon looked into the distance and sighed. Qin Feng had a lot of doubts in his heart. He felt that there were many strange things about the chaos in the martial arts world 20 years ago. Since you're from the Starlight Sect, why did you stand out to help the Chinese government? Shouldn't you be helping the forces of the outer martial arts world? I'm also very curious about this. Back then, it was Master who asked me to go down the mountain to help the Huaxia government. I was just following orders. The divine dragon's expression was calm and emotionless. Qin Fen couldn't tell if the divine dragon was telling the truth or not. For a moment, he didn't know if he should kill the divine dragon or not. Snow stood by Qin Fen's side and gently held onto his arm. If Qin Fen wanted to make a move, Snow would stop him again. The two of them looked at each other and remained silent for a moment. Then, Qin Fen waved his hand and put away the starry sky flying sword. Divine Dragon, you've been guarding the Divine Dragon Mountain for 20 years, protecting the peace and stability of the secular world. For that, I won't kill you today, but if I find out that you're lying, I'll challenge you again. At that time, it'll be useless no matter who pleads for mercy. Even after Qin Fen finished, the Divine Dragon's expression was still cold. He didn't feel happy that he had escaped death. Snow, on the other hand, was overjoyed. She threw herself into Qin Fen's arms and hugged him tightly. The moment she took off her clothes, she had decided to follow Qin Fen for the rest of her life. Although she didn't like or love Qin Fen at the moment, she didn't regret it. Qin Fen, thank you. Snow said gratefully. Qin Fen didn't push Snow away. He let her lie in his arms. Snow, you have to obey me. Otherwise, I'll have to devour your system. Don't worry, I'm willing to obey you. Flower Squirrel told me that obeying you is my best choice. Snow didn't hesitate. She just wanted to live a peaceful and stable life. The system was not important to her. The cold atmosphere turned for the better. Qin Fen decided to let the Divine Dragon go. He didn't know if it was a good or bad decision. Divine Dragon, since I've let you go, I hope you can forget everything that happened today. You don't have to worry that I'll leak the secret of your system because Snow has a system. I care about Snow's safety. If the secret of the system is leaked, it'll cause a second chaos in the martial arts world. 20 years ago, I had the power to suppress the martial arts world. Things are different now. The Divine Dragon's words calmed Qin Fen down. He could tell that the Divine Dragon cared about Snow. Snow was the Divine Dragon's only family in this world. He would rather die than let Snow be harmed. Can you also promise me one thing? The Divine Dragon continued to ask. Tell me about it. Snow doesn't have any real feelings for you. You have many women around you. Let Snow go. Let her live a normal life. The Divine Dragon's expression was sincere. He was really begging Qin Fen. Qin Fen was touched. This was the Divine Dragon of Huaxia, an existence above the 9 dragons. Yet, he was willing to lower himself for the sake of family. Not everyone could do that. All right. Qin Fan agreed to the divine dragon's request without hesitation. The divine dragon was relieved. However, at that moment, Snow held Qin Fan's arm tightly. She looked at the two of them and said, "Brother, you don't have to persuade me. I'll keep my word. Moreover, I'll only be with one man in my life. Since Qin Fan saw my body, he's my man. I'll follow Qin Fan for the rest of my life." Snow's decision surprised Qin Fan and the divine dragon. Even Qin Fan thought that Snow was only willing to follow him to save the divine dragon. However, this woman's single-minded attitude had moved Qin Fan. Snow. The divine dragon wanted to say something but was interrupted by Snow. "Brother. Let me make my own decisions when it comes to relationships." The divine dragon did not finish his sentence. He sighed and did not speak again. Qin Fan did not speak either. He was prepared to let nature take its course. If Snow wanted to follow him, then so be it. If she wanted to leave after some time, Qin Fan would not stop her. Originally, Qin Fan and the divine dragon had a battle of life and death. Now, Qin Fan had become the divine dragon's brother-in-law. Their relationship changed so quickly. Qin Fan was speechless. "Master, are you guys done?" At this time, Qin Shao ran in from outside. When he saw Qin Fan and the others standing at the foot of the mountain, he was confused. "Qin Shao, come here." The divine dragon beckoned. Qin Shao hurriedly leaped over. Along the way, Qin Shao saw the rubble rolling down from the top of the mountain and the huge craters in the valley. He was shocked. It seemed that Qin Fan and the divine dragon had fought, and the battle was unusually intense. But Qin Fan was still alive. He could still stand on the ground. His face was rosy. Qin Shao arrived in front of the divine dragon. His heart was filled with doubts. "Master, did you win?" "I lost." The divine dragon's tone was calm. He had already accepted the fact that he and Snow had survived the duel. He was already satisfied. Moreover, after the three of them discussed the system, the divine dragon's heart had risen by several levels. He suddenly realized that he was actually insignificant. What was the strongest in the mortal world? It was just a title, hiss. Qin Shao sucked in a breath of cold air. He was stunned by the divine dragon's words. Chapter 1061. Qin Shao could not understand and could not accept this fact. Of course, Divine Dragon understood Qin Shao's doubts and said calmly, "Qin Shao, the conflict between you and Qin Feng is not a conflict. It's all fate. In the future, when you two brothers reconcile, don't stay by my side anymore. Go back to the Qin Manor in the provincial capital. You'll have a better future with Qin Feng than with me." Divine Dragon rarely had a heart-to-heart talk with Qin Shao. This was the first time he said something like this. Qin Shao was shocked. Qin Shao stared at Qin Feng, dumbfounded. It was as if this was the first day he met this brother Tang. He really could not understand what Qin Feng was capable of to make the strongest person in the secular world, Divine Dragon, say something like this. Qin Shao, Qin Wudao has returned to the Qin Manor and is now taking care of the affairs of the Qin Manor. The Qin Manor is developing vigorously and lacks manpower. We all welcome you home. Let's carry the Qin Manor forward together. Qin Feng looked at Qin Shao sincerely. Qin Shao was at a loss at this moment. He had been fighting with Qin Feng for more than a year. In order to fight for the position of the head of the family, he did not hesitate to abandon his brotherly relationship. The moment Qin Feng won the position of the head of the family, Qin Shao hated Qin Feng to the core. He could not wait to cut Qin Feng into pieces, but now, Qin Shao realized that he seemed to have gone the wrong way. His thinking was wrong from the beginning. Everyone was a member of the Qin family. The same blood flowed in their bodies. What was the difference between being the head of the family? Everyone should work together and develop the Qin manner together. Divine Dragon stood up to persuade, and Qin Feng invited Qin Shao home calmly. At this moment, Qin Zhao's heart was filled with emotions. The heavy burden and deep hatred instantly dissipated. Maybe you hated someone before and thought you would hate him for the rest of your life. Maybe you hated him so much that you wished he would be killed by a car the moment he stepped out. But maybe at some point, a thought flashed through your mind, and you let go of this hatred. Big Brother Qin Feng. When Qin Shao called out this long-lost big brother, both Qin Feng and Qin Zhao's eyes were filled with a layer of mist. Qin Shao of the Qin Manor had also returned. Now that Qin Feng, Qin Wudao, Qin Shao, and Qin Duo were on good terms with each other, and Qin Fen also learned that Qin Yi was still alive, when Qin Yi returned, Qin Fen's generation of direct descendants would finally be reunited. After fighting for 20 years, everything was finally coming to an end. At this moment, Qin Feng felt incomparably comfortable. After chatting for a while, Divine Dragon left the valley with Qin Shao, leaving Qin Fen and Shui alone. Since Divine Dragon could not persuade Shui, he might as well let his sister do whatever she wanted, voila. As soon as the two of them left, Shui undid the silk belt around her waist. Her fiery red robe slid down, and she became a vacuum again as she threw herself into Qin Feng's arms. Qin Feng was speechless, and didn't dare to look at Cher's body. This woman was pure and moving, and was definitely a beauty killer. Snow, you don't have to do this. Put on your clothes first, then I'll subdue your system. The reason why Qin Feng was still alive was to complete the mission of devouring Cher's supreme superstar system. However, Snow couldn't be bothered to put on her clothes. She looked at Qin Feng and said, "Then I'll subdue him like this. What should I do?" Qin Feng glanced at Shui's chest and forced himself to calm down. He said to Little Pig, "You perverted pig, let's get down to business." Little Pig and Flower Squirrel were happily running around the valley. Now that their master called for them, the two little fellows hurriedly ran back. "Master, enter Cher's mind with your consciousness, then sense her system." "I'll help you complete the devouring process," Little Pig said. Qin Feng looked at Shui and said, "Shui, I'll enter your mind with my consciousness. Don't struggle or be afraid. You'll be fine." Shui nodded obediently. Qin Feng didn't waste any more time and concentrated. Buzz! A strange energy wave spread around Qin Feng and Shui, and their consciousnesses quickly fused together. Qin Feng entered Shui's supreme superstar system and discovered that there were very few open interfaces in the system, and the items that could be exchanged were much fewer than in his hedonist sovereign system. When their consciousnesses fused together, both of their bodies trembled. It was a wonderful feeling. Qin Feng felt that it was better than having sex. Qin Feng didn't have to worry about the rest. Little Pig and Flower Squirrel completed the task on their own. After about half an hour, Qin Feng heard Little Pig's voice, "Master, the devouring is complete. You and Shui's supreme superstar system are now connected. She can see Master's system quests, and Master can also see her quests. Both of you can help each other to complete the quests." Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for completing the Devour Supreme Superstar System mission. The system rewards host Qin Feng 100,000 hedonist points, 1x system unsealing tool, 1x rare pink equipment lottery ticket. Ding! Congratulations, host Qin Feng, for completing the Defeat the Divine Dragon mission. The system rewards host Qin Feng 100,000 hedonist points, access to the hidden interface, Battle Spirit Palace, 1x star technology grade A equipment lottery ticket. Host Qin Feng's total hedonist points, 730,000 hedonist points. The system notification rang in Qin Feng's mind. He had completed 2 quests in one go and obtained many treasures and hedonist points. Qin Feng was a little excited. Qin Feng opened his eyes and prepared to study the treasures he had just obtained and the new interface. However, when he saw Shuai's perfect figure and fair skin, he was overwhelmed with excitement. Not only was Qin Feng excited, but Shuai was also looking at Qin Feng with a charming expression. She looked like Qin Feng's little woman. When the hedonist sovereign system and sovereign superstar system were connected, Qin Feng and Shuai's thoughts were fused together. They could communicate with each other through telepathy and reached the realm of telepathy. It was a strange feeling. Qin Feng and Shuai couldn't explain it, but they knew that there was a subtle change in their feelings toward each other. It was as if something in the unseen world was drawing them closer. Qin Feng. Suddenly, Shuai threw herself into Qin Feng's arms and hugged him tightly. Qin Feng's body trembled. It was a strange feeling. He couldn't resist hugging Shuai's waist and caressing her snow-white back. Shuai, I feel like something's wrong. Qin Feng's voice became gentle. Me too. Shuai's face became red. Little Pig and Flower Squirrel landed on their owner's shoulders and giggled as they looked at Qin Feng and Shuai. Master, the devouring process went very smoothly. You and Shuai are now connected and can hear each other's thoughts. I think you should hurry up and push Shuai down. That way, you'll be even more intimate. After Little Pig's explanation, Qin Feng and Shuai both understood. They found that after their systems were connected, they could even hear each other's system souls' voices. Shuai shyly looked at Qin Feng, as if waiting for him to do something. She had long since decided to follow Qin Feng for the rest of her life. No matter what Qin Feng did, Shuai wouldn't resist. However, Qin Feng shook his head and calmed himself down. He gently hugged Shuai and said, "Forget it for now. I know you haven't developed feelings for me yet, so let's just go with the flow. I just finished 2 quests, so let's see the rewards first." Qin Feng didn't act recklessly. Shuai was both shy and touched. She thought she would fall into Qin Feng's evil clutches, but she found out that Qin Feng wasn't as perverted as the rumors said. Qin Feng sat down cross-legged and entered the system. Shuai didn't disturb Qin Feng. She obediently lay in Qin Feng's arms. Shuai could hear Qin Feng's quest notifications, and she was shocked. Qin Feng had obtained so many hedonist points. Even the quests he did were so difficult. Because Shuai was a bit afraid of the system, she wasn't very enthusiastic when doing quests. Her current quests were still at the same stage as Qin Feng's half a year ago, and she hadn't obtained many treasures or opened many realms. The rewards for defeating the divine dragon and devouring the system were great. Qin Feng had 3 scrolls in his hands, the system unsealing device, the rare pink equipment lottery ticket, and the Star Technology A-grade battle equipment lottery ticket. The system unsealing tool was not a lottery ticket. It was a scroll with abstruse runes. According to the system's introduction, this system unsealing tool could unseal a new system and allow the new system to be fused with any host. Qin Feng didn't really understand the system unsealing device, so he put it away. Holding the rare pink equipment lottery ticket in his hand, the scroll disappeared with a thought, and a huge screen appeared before Qin Feng. Many pink equipment lottery tickets were constantly changing, and finally, the screen stopped at a long sword. Rare pink equipment, Moon's Sorrows. Equipment introduction. With a sword in hand, the power of the moon god is condensed. Hidden attribute, moon god. Moon sorrows is forged from a 1,000-year-old moonstone. It condenses the power of the moon star and activates the moon god's function. System price, 588,888 hedonist points. Qin Feng made a grabbing motion in the air, and a long sword with a blade as clear as the night sky appeared in his hand. The longsword's hilt was engraved with the image of a crescent moon. Qin Feng leaped into the air. With one hand holding the naked shui, he swung the long sword with the other. Bang, 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 bang. The valley shook violently, and the dark clouds in the sky dispersed. The hazy moonlight shone brightly on Qin Feng and shui. One was cool and handsome, and the other charming and alluring. Shui was shocked by the power of the pink longsword. She hugged Qin Feng tighter. A pink light flashed and stopped at Qin Feng's feet. Don't be afraid, shui. I'll show you what it's like to fly. Whoosh. As soon as Qin Feng finished speaking, Shui's ears felt a gust of wind. She forgot about the cold and looked at the valley and the ground around her. Her eyes were filled with shock. Qin Feng hugged Shui tightly in his arms and covered her body with his clothes. Shui gradually got used to the flying sword, and she screamed excitedly in Qin Feng's arms. Qin Feng, did you get this flying sword from the sovereign system? It's amazing. Qin Feng patted Shui's head and said with a smile, this flying sword is called the Cosmic Flying Sword. I forged it not long ago, and it took me half a year to forge it. The moon's sorrow in my hand is also a pink celestial tool. It's a treasure I got from the lottery. Qin Feng and Shui were both owners of the sovereign system. There were no secrets between them, and their communication was very smooth. This made them feel very comfortable. Ever since he obtained the sovereign system, Qin Feng had to hide the secrets of the sovereign system from his women and family. It wasn't that he didn't trust them, but he didn't want to bring them trouble. However, with Shui, Qin Feng had nothing to worry about. He could share the joy he got from the sovereign system with her, and Shui understood his joy. Your hedonist sovereign system is amazing. Even my sovereign star system doesn't have such good rewards. Shui pouted and complained, you're tuning into the LoveLore Library YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.